HVAC इंडस्ट्री से कौन कौन है? ऑल आर फ्रॉम HVAC इंडस्ट्री? ऑल? बाकी लोग HVAC से नहीं है? वाव, इंटरेस्टिंग। तो मतलब इंडस्ट्री में इतने लोगों का गैप है, मतलब अभी इंडस्ट्री में इतने कंपटीशन और डेवलप होने वाले हैं। वेरी नाइस। आर्ट से भी हो सकते हैं। Really sorry because I am not belongs to HVAC industry. I am part of ISRE because I love the people, how they are organizing the event, and the most beneficial part for me, I am getting good networking from this ISRE. So I don't belong to HVAC, I belongs to security industry. So I would request people, those are not from HVAC or refrigeration, be part of ISRE, you will get a good network here and knowledgeable things.
So I request all the people, please come forward because we have empty chairs here, empty tables. I request all the back people like who are there, please take the forward seats so that people will come, then they can sit on the back. I request all the people, please come forward.
So आज बैक बेंचर्स को बेनिफिट नहीं होने वाला है. So come forward and sit like in empty spaces, please. अभी आ रही है, सांस लेना बंद करो.
All right, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and esteemed delegates present here. A warm welcome to the third VRF Technomeet that we are organizing today from ISRE Pune chapter. We are thrilled to have you all today on this occasion. As I think you have seen the stalls that we have at the back side, we have our partners, like today's partners, we have event sponsor Mitsubishi Electric. So can we have a big round of applause for the Mitsubishi Electric? Because these are Mitsubishi Electric is the event sponsor for this evening. So and the next sponsors we have the society partners Testo India, Hari Om, and Armacell Jashraj. So their stalls are also backside. So when you get time during the dinner also and during the break, you can visit their stalls. All right. So we request everyone to present here. Can we have a just?
I request everyone to.
All right. So when we start the ISRE program and ISRE meeting, this is the one rule that we follow, code of ethics. So in this ISRE meeting, we will act with care, dignity, and consideration, upholding all values of trust, teamwork, meritocracy, and justice. We shall not exploit the society's forum for any commercial or personal gains, and shall avoid all real or perceived conflict of interest, and that our thoughts, words, and actions shall not besmirch the image of standing of ISRE. So this is a code of ethics. Next, as I mentioned, the event partner Mitsubishi Electric. So एक बार और जोरदार तालियां हो जाए Mitsubishi Electric के लिए. Next, we have society of partners, the platinum partner, the automation, the SANC, then Testo India, gold partner, Hariom, gold partner, silver partner, FabriSox, IoT, Fount Lab, refrigeration partner, RefCool, ADB partner, Air Care, technology partner, Aswa Insulation, insulation partner, Armacell, and sustainability partner, Shri Jashraj and Renault Tac Air Engineering. And we have this program is organizing with the support of all the supporting organizations. You can see the logos of all the organizations present here. So before moving forward, you can see we have a two logos on the screen. One is the Ishre Pune chapter, and can you recognize what is the another logo on the top right side? Anyone can recognize what is the logo? So it's a smile. So this is the society. This is the theme of this society for Ishre Pune chapter. So whenever we meet and greet with each other, we meet with a smile. So I request all the people please follow and this code for the evening, the smile. So another thing, the ground rules for the evening.
So another ground rule for the evening, please keep your mobile phone on silent mode so you can concentrate on the speakers. In case you have any urgent call, please use backside lobby. Please note down your question. You can ask your all the question after the presentation will over. Do not forget to take your selfie. We made a beautiful selfie at outside. So take your selfie and tag Pune chapter on your social media page. So I request take your selfie and tag the Pune Ishre chapter.
So I think everyone is using the Facebook. सब लोग Facebook use करते हैं. LinkedIn कौन कौन use करता है? Who are on the LinkedIn? तो आई वॉन्ट आप आज एक इवनिंग में फोटो खींचेगा. प्रेसिडेंट है हमारे पास यहाँ पे. वी हैव अ डिस्टिंग्विश्ड लेक्चर्स स्पीकर्स. प्लीज टेक द फोटोग्राफ्स एंड अपलोड ऑन द लिंक्डइन. Tag Ishre Pune chapter, tag Mitsubishi Electric and other companies, other organizations, and tag your organization also. Okay. So the next is please stand up for our national anthem. माता की जय. All right, so next we have. So I think we forget to introduce ourselves because we both are here and we are the host for the evening. So let me introduce myself and my colleague. So I Anuj Gupta.
I am Simple Jain.
The proud member of Ishre Pune chapter, and we shall be the host for today's evening. So ladies and gentlemen, everyone present here, a warm welcome to the third edition of VRF Technomeet. So this is the third edition. We are here today. First it was a VRF Dangal. Then last year VRF Technomeet 1.0, and now we have a third edition VRF organized by Ishre Pune chapter. We are delighted to have you here today as we gather to celebrate the latest advancements and the innovation in the HVAC industry. The event serves, like why are we here? The event serves as a platform for knowledge sharing, networking and exploring cutting edge technologies that are shaping the future of our industry. We have meticulously curated a program that encompasses enlightening lectures, informative presentations, and an exciting quiz. So the quiz is going to be very exciting. Please wait for the same. And the invaluable networking opportunities. I can see a lot of people from the different other companies. So I request please network in this program. Throughout the evening, we have esteemed speakers that we will see who will share their expertise and insights on various aspects of VRF system, testing and balancing, and the latest products revolutionizing the HVAC industry. Our sponsors have gone above and beyond to showcase their innovative offerings, providing you with a glimpse into the future of HVAC industry technology. So we have a sponsors that stall also available on the backside. Please visit the same. So once again, I extend my warmest welcome to each and every one of you. May this evening be filled with inspirational knowledge and fruitful interaction. Enjoy the event and make lasting memories. Thank you so much from my end. Present here.
Mr. Ganesh Bhosle. A clear vision, a clear environment, and a clear mind are essential in every walk of life. To achieve this, we must seek the divine light and invite it to guide us on our journey. Today, we commence our event by lighting the lamp, symbolizing our invocation to the divine light. May it illuminate our paths and bless us with the clarity and thoughts and purpose. Let us all pray to the Almighty to refuse our lives with this divine light and grant us the wisdom to pursue our goal and purity and sincerity.
शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
Hello.
दीप
Thank you, sir. So now I would like to call Mr. Amit Gulwade. He is the CEO of RS Kulkarni HVAC Consulting Engineers. He is the convener of today's program and he will let us know about today's program flow and what we will cover today. So, Mr. Amit, over to you.
Oh, sorry. Good evening, everyone. First of all, I welcome you all for the today's event. When we started for this VRF Technomeet specifically, earlier it was known as Dangal. So we were thinking that there should not be any competition. So last 2 years we have started doing a practice that there will be only one sponsor or one company who is going to lead, who is going to show their products and upgrade the show. Apart from presentations, our intention, basic intention was to involve the young generation in the industry, who is the actual future of this industry. So we are sort of taking quiz competition to encourage all the industry colleagues who are the future of our industry. I think we should clap for them because they are going to brighten the industry. And since we are saying that there is year on year growth of at least 15 to 20% for next many years, so these people are going to be a future, so we should welcome them. And we should encourage them. uh, Apart from this thing, we all know that VRF is a technology. It is grown such way that, see, if you compare the VRF system, 40 years older VRF system, now this is the 41st year of the VRF system, and I am very happy that all manufacturers are still working on full pace to make the improvements in the system. So even after this VRF system, we have expert lecture of Mr. Desai, who is very well known speaker in India, and we are going to witness very uh, vast experience from him. We are going to listen that. Thank you everyone for once again. Thank you everyone for attending this event. Thank you. I'll hand over now to Anuj, and Anuj will take care the further program.
एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए अमित सर के लिए, because he is the program convener. I think we are all here today because of his and his team, like who are doing the wonder for this program. All right, so next we have आपको पता है next क्या आने वाला है? किसी को पता है? Anyone knows? So next we have our president message. Okay, so the name of our president of our Ishre headquarter, Mr. Yogesh Thakkar, he is having some message for you. Can we have a message?
Greetings from ISHRE. I am Yogesh Thakkar, President, ISHRE Society at 2324. As most of us know, ISHRE, Indian Society for Heating, Refrigerating and Air Conditioning Engineers, has a strong membership strength of 25,000 professionals and students. The entire world is looking at India at its rapid growth story. As India moves towards becoming a 5 trillion economy by 2025, our industry is going to see a positive growth rate, CAGR of 15.8% from the year 2021 to 2030. As ISHRE, in this term, as President, I have identified two major core areas for the society to focus on: decarbonization and skill development. An actionable program has been designed to achieve this by initiating targeted activities with the government by conducting active digitalization drive in ISHRE. This will in turn help the industry as a whole. As the President of ISHRE, I hereby launch the ISHRE Presidential Theme for the Society Year 23-24.
Unveiling Presidential Theme: Engage, Educate, Elevate. These E's shall become key pillars of ISHRE's future growth story. Our vision will be backed by appropriate action plans. Engage. We at ISHRE engage with our members, youth and women, and empower them to act in a befitting manner. We also aim to enlist the support of our associate societies and jointly work with the government and industry. We need to entrust the future to our student members and the K-12 children. Educate. We aim to enrich knowledge by conducting educational workshops, research papers, and technical publications. We shall develop codes and standards and offer guidelines for their implementation. We will strive to evolve enhanced e-learning programs with a strong digitalization drive. Elevate. We will put our focused efforts to elevate our HVAC and our industry, and by extension the entire built environment, to be a significant contributor to the growth of the Indian economy. We will bring about this growth through sustainable development by creating energy consciousness and engineering efficiency, thereby helping to enable resilience through decarbonization. Through our consistent efforts towards creating an engaging environment and spreading education, we plan to achieve an overall elevation of the entire ecosystem of the HVAC and our industry, and thereby fulfill the objectives of the presidential theme for this year, that is, engage plus educate to elevate.
This theme shall be the guiding force for the future of ISHRE. So I invite you all to be a part of this dream and take ISHRE and our country to newer levels of sustainability with better presence, visibility, and influence.
This is the message from our president, Mr. Yogesh Thakkar. I request you can watch this video on the ISHRE TV, which is available on the YouTube channel. All right.
So now is this time to call our Secretary of ISRE Pune chapter, Mr. Subhash P. Khanagade, Director of Atharv Energy Solution. He will going to showcase what Pune chapter has done in last 2.5 months. So list is long. We have done so much work in last 2.5 months. So Mr. Subhash, over to you.
Thanks, Anuj and Simple ma'am. Good evening, all. Good evening, all. Night spirit. Distinguished guests, today is our chief guest, our dear Prashant Desai sir, members of IPC and non-members of IPC, and my dear friends. I welcome you all to the third edition of VRF Technofest here in Pune. Today, I stand before you on behalf of our chapter's president, Mr. Nandakishore Kotkarji. As he is busy in NBOG, I am here to present the remarkable progress of ISHRE Pune chapter that we have done so far together, and share our ambitions and goals and for the coming years. This year our theme is SMILE, the smile towards sustainability, and our target is to be a chapter of A grade or category A. So this can be possible with your support only. So I request all of you to support us for becoming category A chapter by renewing your membership, by becoming a member, and ask your our industry fellows to be a membership for ISHRE Pune chapter. So for getting this journey towards the journey of getting category A chapter, we have started our year with the ISHRE Day, that is on 2nd June, and it's followed by our that is chapter inauguration or insurance ceremony. So I'm just sharing you which programs we have concluded from last around 2.5 months. Starting with, so we have on 2nd June, we have finished ISHRE Day program. That is installation ceremony on 8th April, followed by student chapter installation. So far, we have around 4 new chapter installation, and I'm really proud of Gaikwad sir, Professor Gaikwad, that the Dr. Gaikwad sir. He is really doing wonders in student chapters. Then we had industrial visits. For ISHRE Pune, we had industrial visits for Testo. We have industrial visits for Repcon. We have industrial visits coming for other industries also. For K-12 programs, Anushri madam is handling very well. Anushri madam is the K-12 chair, and she is also doing good K-12 activities for kids, right from standard 1st to 4th to around 10th standard students. Recently, we had a science park visit, which conducted by all K-12 all students and children. So we have also did World Earth Day. For World Earth Day, sapling distribution was there, and this sapling distribution was done by our women in ISHRE, leading by Simple Jan madam and Anshul Gujarati madam. That is on 22nd April. So on 5th May, Basic of psychometry, that is the distinguished lecture was carried out by Mr. Lele sir, and it was organized by our youth chapter, in ISRAE. ISRAE student chapter also conducted faculty advisor meet on 11th May, that is in PCCOE, also guided by Mr. Nilesh Gaikwad sir. Mr. Madhukar sir, National Student Chair, also deliver a DL lecture on understanding diversity in URF design. It is also on 11th May and attended by very good delegates. We had a meeting with our national president. Our national president was here on 11th May. So with Mr. Manish Gulalkari, that is our regional director, we had a good meeting with him. We shared our goals. He has also shared what expectations he is having with Pune chapters and what targets, how to achieve the targets, how to get new members, how to get convert our dormant members into acting members. So we had very good meeting with him. On the 12th of the May, we had industry visit, that is Elementa, that is Perf Panels Manufacturing Company. And we had a national good program at Ahmednagar this year, that is REFCON on 13th May, which was witnessed by our national president, Mr. Thakkarji, RD, and all our past presidents from Pune chapter, our delegates from Ahmednagar. We got very good response in Ahmednagar. This is the first program we have conducted in Ahmednagar, and we are very sure that we can convert Ahmednagar, or we can have Ahmednagar as a sub-chapter of Pune. We are marching towards it. People from Ahmednagar also, they are very keen to be a sub-chapter. So, again, under the leadership of Mr. Vishal Pawar, youth at ISRAE is very active in Pune chapter. So, we have conducted one enhancing HVACR drafting skills program for youth Pune chapter, and it is conducted by our own Mr. Kapote sir. It was very well admired by the people and fraternity from the HVAC industry. The staff from all contracting, consulting firms, students, they are also represented there. So last year we have started Green Conclave program. Green Conclave program is really a feather in ISRAE Pune chapters, and will find a very good response last year, Green Conclave. So getting the same positive response from Green Conclave, we have started the series of conclave, Green Conclave this year too, and part of it, that we have arranged one webinar on 2nd June, that is Sustainability Dialogues on Decarbonization and Sustainability Jargons. So this webinar was attended by more than 150 all members over the world, right from people are witness from China, from Qatar, from Bangladesh, and from India also. So it was really good, and this entire program, women in Israel, they are leading towards it. Dr. Anshul Gujarati is chair for it, and she is really leading the program. So, being a responsible society, being a heading society in the industry, so we had some social gatherings also, social programs also. So we have conducted plugging drive, cycle rally, sapling distribution on the occasion of World Cycle Day and World Environment Day. That is on 3rd and 4th of the June. This really cycle rally was really attended by more than around 75 cyclists, and we got very good response from among the all industry and social media also. So, and just recently on 11 June, as ISRAE, youth as ISRAE, we have completed swim meet also, and it is the competition held for right from childs to the younger one and old one also for swimming competition. So we got very good response for swimming competition also. And national program as a RepTech, we have arranged from last year. We have June month, we are just celebrating June as a Refrigeration Month. Since 26 June every year we got Refrigeration Day. So right from first week of the June we are celebrating Refrigeration Month for this. So for that 3rd June we got we started the program, and a curtain riser program was there on 3rd June, and 9th June online webinar was held on heat exchangers by Mr. Shah, and we got around more than 200 members, non-members attended the program. And on 17th June and on 10th June, we got industrial visits, and continuing to this, and we are celebrating a mega event, mega day, that is Refrigeration Day, 26 June in PYC Gymkhana. It is also planned, it is complete half day program like the program what we are, this 2 days program like this. And I am sure that we will all witness that program too, with the number of memberships and all. Just highlighting Pune's achievements and what we did, what is the target given by national team to us and what we did. So we did product presentation till date, around 2 product presentation, targeted 5. I'm sure today we had arranged around 3 total presentations, so it will be around total 5 presentation out of 5, so target will be completed. So we did around half half day programs, 5 half day programs against 12 targeted, full day programs 1 done against 4 targeted, and national programs 3 done against 4 targeted, DL program 2 done against 5 targeted, refrigeration program 1 done against 5 targeted, technical talks 2 done against 25 targeted, webinar 1 done against 0 targeted, and we are continuing the webinars also because we are getting good response for webinars too. For ICP, as far as ICP and IEC programs are considered, we are surprised to you. So today, Mr. Mirashi sir will announce a surprise to you for IPC, ICP and IEC program, and he will guide you what is it and what is our plan for it to achieve it. Till date, we did around 32 new members. We targeted 24 target is given to us. Out of that, 32 is completed. And today itself, we had got around 16 new members. So we are marching towards our dream, that is to become a category A chapter. It will only possible with the help of you people. We had around 17 renewal done against 238. I know we are lacking towards renewals, we are only 17, but it can be possible if we, our complete industry will be together, and we can ask our colleagues, our office colleagues, our friends to renew their membership so that we can go for it. Women members, we have 5 done against 15 targeted. Cultural activities we are having. So we are very good in advocacy programs too. So this is all about ISHRE Pune chapter. I am looking forward all your supports and to help us to dream to go to our dream, that is category A chapter. Thank you very much.
Highlights of ISHRE Pune chapter. I was just calculating, like if we go to the this slide, we have around 20 programs in last 75 days. So I was just calculating, in a 4-day we are doing a 1 program. So it's like a work of the whole team of ISHRE Pune chapter. Can we have a big round of applause for whole team of ISHRE Pune chapter? So you can see this program is also not possible just one person. It's a whole team behind this. And for these many programs, and apart from this, these are the targets that chapter has achieved, and this one the membership. So it's just a starting, like a 2.5 months, and a lot more months to go. So we are all set for the great beginning, or like a great year ahead.
So now we have just finished 75 days and we have done so many programs. So
Yes.
think about that, non-ISHRE member, how many days are remaining and how many programs we will conduct. So it's the best opportunity to be part of ISHRE Pune chapter. So now this time to felicitate our respective person who has motivated, guided, given guidance to us in and so many years. So I would like to call Mr. Ramesh Paranjpe sir on the stage.
Can we have a big round of applause, Mr. Ramesh Pranjpe?
We believe that we at Ishre Pune chapter are really blessed with your consistent motivation and mentoring. More than your presence, your absence is felt. Your guidance is like a source of light in the journey of Ishre. Your humble and soft-spoken nature become always the signature mark of you. Your independent knowledge and about refrigeration, cold chain benefits many Ishre members. Your written book are the constant source of knowledge for many. Ishre has been fortunate enough to have you as our virtual veteran member. We at Ishre Pune chapter would like to remain inevitable for you and your valuable work in last 5 decades. Ishre Pune chapter family wish you a good health, joy, happiness. Always stay as a energetic, cheerful, and kind and cheering.
So to felicitate him, we invite Mr. Mukund Rane sir to felicitate him. Can we have a big round of applause because sir has given a whole life till now to Ishre. So एक बार जोरदार ताली तो बनती है. And the standing ovation, I request all the people because we have a big celebrity of HVAC and our industry here. Thank you so much, Ramesh sir. Thank you so much, Mukund sir. So, with this, we have a next expert or the next mentor for our Pune chapter, Mr. Respected R.S. Kulkarni sir. So, let me share what we are for here. We at Ishre Pune chapter are really obliged and honored to have you as a part of Ishre Pune family. Your intellectual knowledge, passionate working, selfless society work, and countless hours of dedicated efforts of to uplift HVACR industry has really played a major part in Ishre. And for this to felicitate him, I request Mr. Sunil Gogate sir, please come forward and felicitate Mr. R.S. Kulkarni. Okay. Mr. Gokte, Mr. Sunil Gokte, please sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, R.S. Kulkarni sir and Mr. Sunil sir.
So now it's time to call Mr. Virendra Borade. He is the VP Marketing of GCB Airtech. He will let us know what is the benefit of member of Ishre Pune. So please, sir.
So if you do not know him, he is the immediate past president of Ishre Pune chapter. So एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए वीरेंद्र सर के लिए.
No, I'm not able to hear you all. Good evening. Still, the voice level is very low, dB level is very low. I think this mic should be turned around. Good evening. Yes. So, thank you, Anuj and Simple, for giving me this opportunity to share a few thoughts with all the dignitaries here. First of all, congratulations, R.S. Kulkarni sir, for getting a very prestigious award of Ishre Fellow at national level, and Paranjpe sir also for his outstanding contribution in ISHRE National by writing a lot of journals, books, and this society is only to disseminate knowledge. This society is not for any commercial activity as such. Yes, but when we do any program of this scale, definitely we need good members, good sponsors, and good audience, and good speaker as well. So today, this VRF Technomeet third edition, you can see the kind of response we have. I think started just 5 days back. We have started the registration, Amit ji, and I'm sure we must have crossed 300 plus, 320. So hats off to all the people behind this VRF Technomeet, including Amit Gulwade ji, Chetan, and all the ISHRE Pune staff. Give them a big round of applause. The event VRF Technomeet earlier was popularly known as VRF Dangal. We don't want any dangal in ISHRE, so we thought of renaming it, and we started Technomeet. So all such events, what it gives to our members is knowledge. It gives a lot of insight about the technology evolution. It gives a lot of product insights. We have, if you can see, there are a lot of society partner this year. I'm really happy to announce all these partners voluntarily came forward. We did not approach them. They approached us, and they thought, we wanted to be a part of ISHRE Pune as a proud sponsorer. So give a big round of applause to all the sponsors also. Third thing is, as rightly mentioned by our secretary, Mr. Subhash Khanade, that we are marching very fast towards category A chapter. Now, when we say category A, what does it mean? Category A chapter mean there are only 3 category A chapter in India as of now. One is Mumbai, one is Bangalore, and one is Delhi. And my friends, I am really proud to say the energy level of all members of ISHRE Pune is really helping us to do more and more and more every year. Last year we got almost 5 awards in various categories. We got award in membership, programs, youth, then advocacy, and overall best chapter. This year the entire nation, rather entire world, is closely monitoring ISHRE Pune and their activities. Today this event is live on YouTube, and national team is also monitoring all of us. We are doing wonderful job, and let's give a big round of applause to all the members as well. So society without member is like a pot without water. You cannot enjoy any society, any technical society without the right set of members. And I would like to really say ISHRE Pune is getting very good response in membership. Today also, I think our membership chair, Mr. Ketan Chaudhary, can you come on the stage? He has been very instrumental in converting more than 5 members today, and they have voluntarily joined this society. I would like to take names of those proud ISHRE member, those who have signed today. Dr. Sachin Bendre, can you come on the stage? Mr. Sanjay Satpute, Shubham Ladkat, Ashish Rane, Sohel Sheikh. Please join me on the stage. Please, please, please. And friends, give them a big round of applause. They have not even think for a second also to join ISHRE member, because they understood the value of this society and they understood the importance of joining this. I'm really proud that they have joined today, and thank you for joining ISHRE. You are a part of very vibrant chapter. So those who are on the boundary, those who are still in the dilemma whether to join or not, today is the opportunity, because this platform is open for all knowledge sharing people, all members, non-members. You come, you can, what benefits you can get if you join ISHRE. I think more than this, if you can show, can you show ishrehq.in website? Can you log in? So friends, ishrehq.in is a website, a meticulously designed website which will give you the entire gamut of what ISHRE does. ISHRE offers 3-year membership. It's an individual membership, no corporate involvement. We don't offer any corporate membership, and the membership charges are very minimal, 8,850 for 3 years, which includes 2,500 as one-time joining fee, 5,000 as the 3 years membership charges, and 18% GST, which you can anyway you can claim. And for 10 years also we have the membership option, and we have a student membership option, that is 850 rupees for a year. What benefits ISHRE can offer is, you get the journal, bi-monthly journal. You get access to ISHRE website, which has got a lot of content. You can download that content. You can join or see the live webinars. You can see the success stories. You can see the technical content. All the ISHRE database of various events, various publications you can see on the ISHRE website. So all of us, I think, स्मार्टफोन किसके पास है? आज की तारीख में एनालॉग फोन कौन यूज कर रहा है? वो पहले आता था कॉर्डिक की वाला, जो नोकिया का, जो फेंक के मारते थे हम लोग. स्मार्टफोन सबके पास है. So you have internet connection also in that smartphone. You type ishrehq.in, www.ishrehq.in. In that you can have, this is not necessary. Hello, this is not necessary. Just ishrehq.in website is enough. Yes. Benefits of joining ISHRE: a premier technical society, membership individual, no corporate, provide excellence networking opportunity, provides excellent professional development. You can interact with consultant like R.S. Kulkarni sir, Mukund Ranade sir, Prashant Desai sir, Gokte sir, Shamkan Mirachi sir, all these, the Suhas Deshpande sir, Paranjpe sir. These are these are living legends. Meeting them in such events frequently gives lot of insight. Friends, join ISHRE. That's the only message I want to give from this podium. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. That's you have covered via the benefits of ISHRE. So thank you so much, and I request, and thank you so much all the 5 people who have recently joined ISHRE, and I request by the end of this program we will have more 5 or 10 people who will become a part of ISHRE society. All right, so the time is here now. We are having our distinguished lecturer. So let me invite of today's evening. We are honored with to have Mr. Prashant Desai, a renowned expert in the field, who will enlighten us on the topic of testing and balancing of air site. So let me give a brief profile of him. So Mr. Prashant is a director at ELM Enterprises Private Limited, a company which specializes in design and build of pharmaceutical, healthcare and industrial HVAC systems mainly. He is a graduate mechanical engineer from IIT Kharagpur, 1981 batch, and has worked with Voltas Limited for 9 years, Blue Star for 1 year, and 3.5 years with Johnson Controls, and with 20 years with Suvidha Engineers before founding his own company. He is an active member of ISHRE and ASHRE. He has also served as the national chair for ISHRE certification.
dais. I don't like to be in high places other than the time when I am in my Himalaya. In the middle of you. We are talking of VRF Technomeet. So if we are going to talk about VRF Technomeet, why are we going to talk about air balancing? Can somebody tell me this? Why did you have something on air side today with VRF team? Most of the VRF people, they're very conversant with their refrigerant side of it. But when it comes to the air side, that is where their weakness lies. Now, how many of you are actually working in VRF field? Not too many of you. How many of you work in, chilled water systems or central AC? Okay, more or less same. So both probably would be able to use this particular topic. But one of the reasons was that when we use ductables or when we use, the air handling unit connected with VRF, in the field, VRF guys do an excellent job of commissioning their own equipment. But when it comes to the air balancing, that is where I think there are a lot of lacunas which remain at site. And therefore, we decided that we should do this air side for this session. In this particular one, I am going to be referring many a times to some of the references. I'll not name all of them, but I have taken this. This is nothing, no original thing which is coming from me. Most of it, the slides are going to refer to the procedures and to the recommendations which are given by these agencies. Primarily, I would be referring to BISRIA. Okay. So, what we're going to do in air balancing is we're going to do the measurements. And around 2500 years back, Galileo had said that measure what is measurable and make measurable what is not. So today we are going to talk of doing measurements on air side and how to balance our air side systems, because if you don't do that, however well your VRF system works, you are still not going to get the desirable inside conditions that we have planned or what we have designed for. Therefore, it becomes extremely important. And this is actually part of commissioning. Now, when I talk of commissioning, can somebody tell me at what stage does the commissioning start? Let this not be a monologue, Monologue is something which I have it at home where I don't speak. Okay. So why? What is it? When does the commissioning start? At what point does the commissioning start? He is saying designing. Someone else? Anyone else? Installation. After installation is complete. Huh? Something starts rotating, huh? Okay. The commissioning, basically planning for commissioning has to start at a design stage. Before even you do anything, when you start doing, you do heat load estimation, you do all that. But when you start making your shop drawing, that is when the commissioning team has to be in place, because when you're going to try and make measurements, there has to be certain, distances to be kept. There are certain provisions to be kept, which we will talk of. And commissioning basically involves 4 primary activities. One is startup, testing, adjusting and balancing, exactly in that sequence. You first do the startup. After you've done the startup, you would do the testing. After that, you would do the adjusting, and finally you would be doing the balancing.
And when all these activities have been successfully completed, that's when you can say that you have commissioned the system. Unfortunately, all of us, and I am also probably a culprit to it, we actually think startup is commissioning. You know, once we have started things, yeah, it's commissioned. That's not the way it is. Commissioning is a lot more than just a startup. And we today will talk of only testing, adjusting, balancing. If you really want to go through all these, then ISHRE has a ICP commissioning, which is a separate treatise, which is a 3-day course. Okay, I am one of the faculties on that anyway. Okay, the goal is to allow HVAC system to meet or exceed the system performance levels which are envisaged in the design. That's basically what we are looking at. Okay, now these activities basically use specialized calibrated instruments to measure temperature, to measure pressures, velocities, rotational speeds, etc., etc. I'm not going to read all this. And then they have to be within specified tolerance limits. Nothing in this engineering world is precise. We always have a tolerance. Some of the tolerances in some applications, tolerances may be wide. In some cases, tolerance may be narrow. Right? So what happens is, if I refer to BISRIA documentation, they say ventilation and comfort cooling, you are allowed certain this thing. So at terminals, what do we mean by terminal? A grill or a diffuser, which is a terminal. At terminal level, it can allow plus 10, 20%. There is no minus there. In branches, 10%, and total airflow plus 10 to minus 5% is what is allowed. Similarly, there are air conditioning, pressurized escape routes, and closed air conditioning systems. So when we finally have done our balancing, everything has to meet to these tolerance levels when we come to the commissioning, right? So some of the instruments which I'll go through, which is very quickly, tachometers, which we use for rotational speeds, because we must, when we start commissioning, we must know what instruments we need to take to site. Okay, it is not that I have gone with some, 1 or 2 instruments and then I call up, boss, ye bhi bhejo, boss, wo bhi bhejo. Some of the instruments you don't have, then you will get it from somewhere else. So all that we don't want to have. Okay, so chronometric, optical, stroboscopic, and inductive are 4 different types of, tachometers which you can get. Of the lot, stroboscopic is something which is not to be used very widely, where there is no other way out. That's when stroboscopic has to be used, because in stroboscopic this thing, you will have multiple readings which are going to be possible, because the synchronous one, for example, if my motor is running at, let's say 1500 RPM, it will also show 750 RPM as if the 758, the motor is running at 750 RPM. So if at all you ever get to go into, using stroboscopic, tachometers, then you will have to start at higher frequency and then slowly come down. And the first time when you see the stationary mark, that's the RPM actually which you have. So you can't go from reverse. So that's something which one has to understand. We need, first thing that we're going to need is we're going to need the tongue testers. Now again, tongue testers come in 2 types. Something which is known as half effect and something which is known as full effect. The full effect one has got a completely circular jaws, and the half effect have got something like an oval shape, 2 tongues and something which, closes at the end. BISRIA clearly recommends that you should be using half effect tongue testers and not really the full effect tongue testers. Then there are pressure instruments. There are various instruments that could be used. There are manometers, there are U-tube manometers, inclined tube manometers, as well as electronic manometers. Now electronic manometers is something which is what we use most of the time nowadays. I think the days of using manometers of inclined tube or U-tube are gone, right? velocity measurement. What is the instrument? Primary instrument that we should be using is basically a petrostatic tube. How many of you have seen a petrostatic tube? 1, 2, 3. Only 4 guys in all this have seen. So that is what tells us where we are actually in commissioning, right? Or testing and balancing. So petrostatic tube, ASHRAE has clear-cut recommended certain dimensions which are there. Some of you are taking pics, don't take pics. I will pass on the PDF copy to the organizers and you can have it. It's not something which is my original, intelligent this thing. Okay, and then the velocity can be found out from basically your formula, which is V is equal to 4005 into under root delta P, where delta P is in inches of water column, velocity is in FPM, and you can, do that. Now, how does a petrostatic work? Does anybody know? I mean, how many of you are engineers here? Almost all of you. And I had only 4 guys saying that I have seen the petrostatic. Petrostatic is something which we must have seen in our laboratories in engineering college, haven't we? We must have worked with them also. So how does a petrostatic work? What is a petrostatic in the first place? There are 2 coaxial tubes, closed at one end, okay, where you have the concentric or center tube is open in the direction of the air, and the outer surface has got, the outer tube has got minute holes. ASHRAE recommends that it be 2.5 inches from the beginning of that pitot, and there should be 8 holes. They have also given the dimension, which I don't remember offhand, but I think it is 0.04 inches in diameter. Yeah, I have written it there. Okay, so that is how a petrostatic is to be used. And most important is petrostatic on the other side, the longer arm has got distances marked right from the center of the pitot. Okay, so that we know at which point in the ducting we are taking the measurements, right? So this is one of the primary instruments. How many of you have taken flights? How many of you have gone on an aircraft? Almost all of you, right? Again? And you still haven't seen a petrostatic. When you enter an aircraft, the first thing that is there, when if you climb from the front ladder, right there you will see a petrostatic tube, because aircraft use this to measure their velocities. Okay, so it's that accurate an instrument. We must remember that, right? Then there are, of course, rotating vane anemometers. Now, rotating vane anemometers come with a different head. Remember one thing, you can't be using any head diameter for any application. So you can get heads starting from 2 inch to 5 inch. Normally what we use is 4 inch, but you will get them from 3 inch to 5 inch. And there are mini heads available which are up to 2 inch. So I would say 2 inch to 5 inch is what is available, and we will, as we go ahead, I will tell you how to select those heads, right? Then you have hot wire anemometer or thermal anemometer. Now, how does the thermal anemometer work? Basically, thermal anemometer works on 2 principles. It could be either of the lot. One is, when the current passes through it and air passes over it, it starts to reduce the temperature. So the temperature actually is mapped to velocity, or the second thing could be the current which is going through it. Both things are done, but remember one thing, this is a secondary measurement. It doesn't measure velocity directly. So I have basically 3 instruments: petrostatic, I have vane anemometer, and I have thermo anemometer, right? Each one of them have got their own limitations. You can't be using anything and everywhere. For example, if I take thermal anemometer, what are the limitations? Can somebody tell me? How many of you have used hot wire anemometers? Only one. Acha, you are also there. So what are the limitations of this instrument? You can't use any anemometer in a turbulent airflow. Okay. No. You can't use anything in we'll talk about it. Why, when I say why at design stage we have to come, I'll talk of those distances. Okay. The one advantage of it is it can measure lower velocities, which your vane anemometer cannot, because vane anemometer also has a rotating one which has got a friction. So normally if it's a bush type arrangement, then nothing less than 200. If you have a ball bearing one, then technically they say you can go up to 50, but mostly recommendation is not less than 100 fpm. But when you have to measure velocities which are less than 100, then this is an instrument which comes into the picture. But it has got one more limitation. Its accuracy is only up to 90% of RH in the measured air. So what happens when you are actually measuring the supplier using this, where your relative humidities in a tropical environment like us are already much higher than 90%, right? What's your normally humidity of air leaving from the air handling unit? Almost 95%, 96%, right? So these don't become the right instrument. So you have to know each instrument's limitation before we go into it, right? Then there is something called Wilson grid. There are many times you would have situation where I am not able to access the duct to measure the airflows. Okay, so usme what do we do? If I have no way of doing measurements, then there is something which I should put permanently. So this is something which is actually averaging pitot-static tube with multiple heads, and this is something which is permanently fixed into the duct when we can't get access to some of the ducts. So this is again an instrument which is used as a pitot-static tube, right? So in these instruments, pitot-static tube instruments, what happens is basically your central tube measures the total pressure, the annular space between the two tubes measures the static pressure, and when you find out what is the difference is your velocity pressure, because total pressure is equal to velocity pressure plus your static pressure. The annular space measures the static pressure, the central tube measures the total pressure. So when we subtract one from the other, we get the velocity pressure, and from velocity pressure I showed you that formula from which I know how to do this, right? And then the third thing I have is something called airflow hoods. How many people have seen airflow hoods? Okay, there are a lot of people now raising their hands. What is the limitation? What is the limitation? No, you get multiple skirts, huh? It is not that you will get a skirt of only 600 by 600. You will get skirt of 1200 by 300, 1200 by 600, 900 by 300. All those skirts are available provided you are willing to pay for it. So that's not the limitation. What is the limitation of this? One of the limitation of this is that this particular instrument needs to be field calibrated at least once, because the different type of diffusion agreement, this thing will have different kind of K factors. Okay, so one thing this particular instrument needs is that you need to really do a site calibration. I am not going to go into the details. Anybody interested, you could attend the commissioning course, where I would probably talk about it for half a day. All right, so that's one of the thing. This particular instrument measures airflow directly in CFM, correct? Correct? Yes? No, it actually measures velocity. Why? It has actually got a measuring array which has got an area of 1 square foot. Okay, so velocity into 1 becomes your air quantity, and that is how it measures the. But actually what it has in the measuring array is again something like a Wilson grid, which is a averaging pedostatic arrangement, okay? And then you measure the differential pressure again from the same formula, and because it is 1 square feet, it reads into CFM directly, right? So what are the instruments that should be used for various, various measurements? Now this is something which I have taken directly from BISRIA. Main duct and total fan flow, it says you should use pedostatic with manometer. Then branch ducts, velocity traverse, again, pedostatic. Terminals connecting the ducts, velocity traverse in collars or velocity traverse across the face. Grills, velocity across the face or flow hood, for which you could use either rotating vane anemometer or airflow. Sealing diffusers, flow hood or velocity traverse in the collar. How many of you have used, rotating vane anemometer for diffusers? We still use, right? Many a times. That is not something ever to be used for that particular application. So you must remember that. Then slots and linear grills, again it's velocity traverse across its face, flow hood or velocity traverse in the collar. Extract openings, velocity traverse across the face or flow hood. It again, please remember, BISRIA does not recommend using rotating vane anemometer for extract openings. And there is a particular reason for it. Again, that's something which, today I'll not really talk about it. So you can't use rotating vane anemometer everywhere. Okay, rotating vane anemometer basically is good enough when you are using supply air, that too in grills. But when you are going to talk of diffusers, or when you are going to talk of return air grills, extract is same thing as return air grills or exhaust, you are supposed to use, so actually the main instrument which HVAC guys should use for air balancing is pedostatic, because it's the pedostatic which is used everywhere. The point is, we talked about measuring the air. Now total air must always be measured at the duct, right inside the duct. So it's a penetrative method. So you penetrate the duct to measure the airflow, okay, where you will take the velocities, right? Or you could also measure it on cooling coils, right? Now if we are going to measure it on cooling coils, how many readings will we take? Or how many readings do you guys take in the field? 8 to 10 readings. Anybody has got any other figure there? You will be surprised, but I'll come to it later, okay? Remember that. Okay. Basically, you must measure the airflow when the airflow is symmetric. I am not saying laminar. I am saying symmetric, okay? There is a difference between the two. So, you immediately on the outside of the, fan discharge, or for that matter immediately after the bend, there are going to be turbulences. So there has to be minimum distances left, and this is where the commissioning engineer comes into his place at the time of design. This is where he has to decide what kind of lengths do I need, and basically in order to obtain the correct, reasonable, accurate velocity, there are two things that I need. Where I take the measurements, that is plane of measurement, and the number of locations that I am going to take the measurement, right? ASHRAE recommends, ASHRAE 111, ASHRAE has a commissioning guide, 111, okay, it recommends either the equal area method or log Chebyshev method. Chebyshev was a Russian scientist who had come out with, this particular array, okay, to decide on number of locations. Now these are the number of locations which are recommended by ASHRAE. This is straight taken from ASHRAE 111, okay. So let's say if I have a duct of 30 inches by 24 inches, I need to take minimum 25 readings of velocity if I want to be reasonably, accurate on my measurements. So now you imagine, so width by height, whatever are the dimensions, those two numbers get multiplied, and that is how you form an array. Okay, if I go to log Chebyshev method, log Chebyshev separately gives you this thing. Now, if I follow a log Chebyshev method, minimum number of reading that I need to take are 5 into 5, 25, and maximum reading that I'll need to take will be 7 into 7, 49 within the duct. Okay, less than 30 inches, it's 5. Between 30 and 63, it is 6, and anything beyond 63 is 7. This is something which comes from X-ray 111, but there are some, for example, AABC says that it is 30 to 36, it should be 6, and anything beyond 36, it should be 7. You take your pick which specifications you want to follow. I'll follow the one which will have lesser number of readings to be taken. Okay, so that's the way. So taking 1 or 2 readings is not sufficient. Okay, it is basically you are going to take multiple readings, and this is time consuming. So commissioning doesn't happen in a day. Okay, when you are going to do your testing, air balancing, each system depending on its size would take 4 to 5 days. It's not so simple, right? And this is the minimum distances that we are talking about. Okay, normally 100% effective length is taken as 2.5 times, provided the duct velocities are 2500 or below, and you add 1 for every 1000 fpm after that, and that's the straight distance. Now when I talk of straight distance, it's a distance in which there are no transformations. If I go through AMCA very categorically says that even if you have to transform, it can be only between, I think, don't hold me to these figures, but 92.5% to 108%. Okay, so that is the amount of transformation you can do. You can't do anything beyond that. And when you have a rectangular duct, you can very easily find out what is its geometric diameter and then decide what should be your length. So your distance that you take is from any of the obstruction, like fan starting is an obstruction. After the elbow, all this will come into the play. Another thing which comes out of BCR directly is the distances that you must leave before you take the measurement after each any of the transformations. For example, there is a reducer, there is a bend. Now do you see the difference when you have a veined elbow and when you have a elbow without veins? How many of you put veins in the ducting? No one. Correct? And this is the reason why well, air side is the same whether you do anything else. So so that's the reason why you must have veins in every bend that you're going to talk about, right? Why you should use a opposed blade damper and why not your parallel blade damper? One of the reasons that comes is here, right? On the grills. Okay, now grill measurement तो आप mostly आप लिया है कितना, एक ग्रिल के ऊपर कितना रीडिंग लोगे? हम रीडिंग नहीं लेंगे, हम ऐसा वो वेन एनीमोमीटर लेके घुमाएंगे, है ना? बराबर है ना? Is that the right way of doing it? Okay, and even if I take how many measurements? Minimum 5. Anything else? Nobody else has any other figure? All right, that's your table. How many measurements that you need to take? Up to 150 side, 1 in the center. If it is 150 to 300, it is 2. 300 to 460, it is 3. And anything beyond 460 is 4. So if you have a 600 by 200 grill, which is the common grill that we use, right? So 600 is 4 and 200 is 2. So I need minimum 8 readings. And where will you take these readings? You will actually make geometric partitions in all this, and you will take your measurement in the center. Moving your vein anemometer across is not an acceptable method of taking air measurement. Okay? So that's the way you do it. There is ASHRAE standard 111 which recommends using correction for free area, which is published by the grill manufacturer. That is what ASHRAE does. BISRIA is silent on it. Right. Measurement across the coil. I have seen measurement across the cooling coil only in ASHRAE 111. But by the way, how many of you have taken measurements across coil in the field? किसी ने नहीं लिया आज तक? नहीं बोल दो, आज सब कुछ बोल सकते हो, कल नहीं बोल सकते. हाँ? कितना? कितने रीडिंग लिए कॉइल पे? 8 से 10. It's actually, if you are going to ever measure velocity on the coil phase, ASHRAE 111 gives you a very complicated formula. That formula is here. I will, when you get the PDF, you will get it. But there are 38 readings required if you want to have the, okay, and where to take the measurements. Okay, I am not going to really talk of this. These are your 38 locations. One is known as linear location, the second is known as offset location, and this depends on how many parameters, the distances that you mark. Can you imagine? It is fin spacing. What is your tube diameter? What is the tube spacing? Pitch of the tubes. What is the diameter of vane anemometer that you are using? The vane anemometer has a head, that head has a diameter, so it's function of that as well. So there are some 6 different functions that you are talking about, and then you will get, the top rectangle actually shows you the, normal this thing, A, B, C, D, E, and then the second one gives you your MNOPQ, actually gives you your offset dimensions, and you have to take these 38 readings. And remember one thing, as long as air coming out of the coil is at the same temperature everywhere and humidity, you are okay. If that's going to change, then every time you will have to go back to that chart, work out your measured velocity and work it out to standard velocity, and with that you will have to actually correlate. It's something, if you really want to do a measurement of the coil, it will take you a 1 full day only to do one coil. Okay, and how many, in what time do you finish off your 8 readings? Setting the bypass damper, you talk to me later. Setting the bypass damper is, तुम जाके ले कैसे सकता है वो? Tell me, how can you ever set a bypass damper using a vane anemometer? Because I showed you how much distance you must leave from the damper. Bypass damper is normally your flap, one flap. So do you have that kind of a, distances in your air handling unit? So how do you measure? There is a way of measuring which I'll, if time permitting, I'll tell you guys, though it's not part of this presentation. Right, so there are various ones. So now we have talked about where to take the reading. The most accurate readings that you will always get is going to be when you penetrate the and measure inside the duct. Okay? But to do that, you must have space where I can put my pitted static. So I drill the holes. ASHRAE 111 recommends 50 mm dia for it, and then you have to plug those with rubber bungs, and you then measure whether you take whether you take thermo anemometer or you take pitted static. Both have got distances marked, so you can exactly know where you are taking the measurement. So that's something which you can do, but that is the correct way of doing a duct measurement. Today, of course, you can also measure the air by having the, most of the plug fans that you use today have got their inlet cones calibrated for measurement of flow, and you can use that as well, which is reasonably accurate provided you have left sufficient recommended spaces at the suction and The four walls of the air handling units have been, adequate distances kept for the airflow to work properly. Okay, so as long as you've done that, you could actually measure that also. So now, how do I start measuring the airflow? Can somebody tell me this? किया तो होगा ना आप लोगों ने, तो कैसे करते हो? How do you start the air system? Let's start with that. I am now not going to really go into my presentation. I'll do it extempore. Okay. Tell me, how do you guys start? What's the first step that you take? हाँ काय HU3 साठी काय फर्स्ट स्टेप काय करणार आपण? Okay, I will start with the first step, then you guys can tell me the second step. The first step is all the volume control dampers in the system, whether they are on supply side or on return side, must be fully open, right? So that's the first step. Now what is the second step? What is the second step? The second step is throttle the supplier damper, main supplier damper, which is at the HU outlet, to whatever, an arbitrary closure. Okay, that's your second step. What's your third step? Either of fresher or returner damper must remain fully open. Remember one thing, when you have finally balanced the system, in the system there should be at least one damper which has remained fully open all the time. Okay, and out of the returner and fresher, one damper must remain fully open. Then only you have done a right way of balancing the air, not otherwise. Okay, so that's your third step. Once you have done these three steps, then what do you do? No, then I start my HU. Till then you are not, you can't start your HU. And when you start the HU, you must start the HU by having your tongue tester right in the, and that tongue tester remains there till the time your balancing is over. Alright? So, when you really see what amps it's taking, you then go back to your supplier damper and either open it further or throttle it further so that my air quantity, so that my current taken is slightly below your full load amps which motor. Correct. So this is known as startup. Okay. Now we'll go into testing. So now what do we do? What is my next step? What is my next step? My next step is to measure my total CFM. Supply air CFM. We are actually only doing supply air right now, not a returner. So we do supply air CFM. And where do I measure it? Where do I measure it? Sorry, sir. You measure it in the duct using your either pitot static or your, or third possibility is you can measure it over your fan. Okay, that's also a possibility. So once you have got your this thing, you further go back to your supplier damper and either open it more or throttle it so that your total air quantity in supplier is somewhere around 10% higher. That's your first throttle. Now what happens is many times you will find that I have opened my damper fully, supplier damper fully, my motor does not draw amp over current, but my air quantity is not what I wanted. That is what is my design. Then what do I do? Then what do I do? Nothing. I just close everything and say the system is faulty and I walk away. Okay? That's the right way of doing it. I am not joking. It might sound hilarious, but that's exactly what it is because somebody in design has goofed it up. Okay, let him come and do what he needs to do for it. Right. So once I have done all this, the next step actually is to start measuring the airflow over each of the branches. Let us say in this particular case, I have got so many branches, C1, C2, C3, whatever, right? Now I have to measure the airflow. Now remember, all these dampers are fully open. So I start measuring the airflow. Okay. They are not going to be exactly identical to design. Correct? So the first thing that I do is something which is known as proportional balancing. So I find out what is the proportion of this being achieved as compared to design. So simple thing is, okay, my actual CFM measure divided by my design CFM is my ratio, right? Now that ratio, one branch will have probably the lowest ratio. Now when I do that, that is something which is known as index branch, because this is where my flow is the lowest. Now this is one damper which will now remain open all the time. It's never going to now be throttled. But that most of the time in equal friction method, it's the last one which will actually be your index, but not necessary, because one branch has got, you know, too many elbows, too many bends, too many transformations. I might have that branch becoming the index branch and not the last branch. So last branch is something which we would call a reference branch, and in the reference branch you will, so now when you start doing your air balancing, you will start with the reference one and then go towards the fan supply side. Okay, that's a sequence to be followed. You can't change that sequence. Okay, so the reference one, supposing your reference, most of the time your reference and index is going to be the same. But when it is not the same, I'll have index damper all the time open and reference damper closed partially to, and then I keep adjusting. I don't worry about how much is actual airflow. I now balance these dampers to the extent where all the ratios are more or less equal. Okay, forget what is the total airflow right now. When I have done this, what's my next step? I go back to my main duct, supplier duct, and see throttling of these dampers, what has happened to my airflow. If my airflow has gone below the design, then I have to open this thing to bring it back to maybe 110%, 108% or whatever. Once you have done this course balancing, this is something which is known as course balancing. Now you have got an index branch. Now on this index branch, you will have plenty of diffusers. You will once again measure those airflows. Those airflows could be measured either by using the pitot-static traverse in the collars, provided your collars are long, and that is why I always recommend that take your droppers or collars, whatever you call, as long as you can. So I personally prefer my supply duct to be at the highest possible level so that I get a straight, straight length. Let's say if I have a collar of, let's say 300 by 300, I'll probably need a diameter of almost 14 inches. So 14 inches into 2.5, you are going to talk of almost 35 inches that I need if I have to measure these flows. Okay, so there is always a problem on this front. But if you can't get that, then you must have your deflectors, you must have your vanes to make it as linear as possible that you can make. Again, I don't think Kulkarni साहब हम लोग वो वेन्स देते हैं. People don't do that. My problem is, if I don't do it as a choice by taking a calculated risk, it's fine. The problem is most of the people don't do it because they don't know it. That I think is, well, it is. I mean, if you don't want to take trouble in the initial stages, you are going to be in trouble at a later stages. It's as simple as that. The trouble किसी को छूटा नहीं है. हम HVAC इंजीनियर वालों को तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं छूटा है. हाँ, so वो that is what we will do, right? So that's the way I'm going to do my balancing. Now tell me one thing, how many of you really do it in the field, this process? नहीं किया ना आज तक? So, you know, all this you really need to find out. I mean, all this is what I have just spoken, so I'm going to skip these slides very quickly. Now, I talked of damper, all right, the supplier damper, but where you have a VFD, you don't really need to work with supplier damper at all. You can work with the speed of the fan, right, to achieve your 110% that we are talking about. And once I have done all these course balancing, you know, complete, and everything is more or less at the same ratio, all I have to do now is I go back to my main damper and open it or throttle it to get my final figure near around 100. 100 to 105 is 95 to 110 is what is permissible as per BISRIA on standard applications. But you know, when you are going into precision air conditioning kind of a thing, which will mean your laboratories, pharmaceuticals, everything, there it is 100 to 105. Negative tolerance is not accepted. Okay. And once you have done this, all your terminals are automatically balanced. You will exactly get the air quantity that you desire within the tolerances that I spoke of in my earlier slide. It will not be exactly as per design. There will be variations, but those variations will be in those tolerances, and that is what I really need to do. Now, does that mean as a final step, I don't measure the airflow again across each terminal? No. I still need to do those measurements once again as a final tally to prove that everywhere I am into my tolerance, and I need to do that. My time is up. Is that what is meant by that? 10 minutes. Okay. Right. It's not right. So when I have a VFD, it's easier to do it. Actually, when I have a VFD, I personally, it's my personal opinion, there is no need of a supplier damper on AHU. Okay. Technically, it has no function in terms of air balancing. Because, okay, you need to isolate the AHU for some reason during shutdown, then you will need that particular damper, otherwise that damper has got no function. Now I have done that, and whatever process I just explained, that's the same process that we are going to follow for return air duct. So I will not repeat it. Remember one thing though, when you are doing return air measurements, one instrument which is not allowed there is rotating vane anemometer as per BISRIA. Though ASHRAE 111 permits it, but BISRIA does not permit it. I generally base myself on BISRIA quite a lot in my personal working life. So that's where I come to that particular one. Right. So it's as simple as that. Now having done this, what is left? Now I have to balance my fresh air and return air. Now how do I balance that? ये सब मैंने बता दिया आपको. Okay. So I am not going to talk of this. Okay, this is something I talked of. So how do I do that balancing? By the way, when you know, since we are talking here on VRF, one of the important things is when you have done the air balancing, till then please do not start your refrigerating equipment, huh? Because somewhere if your air quantity falls below and if your equipment is working, there could be some amount of expected trouble, though most VRF systems have built-in safeties for all this, but you never know. Okay, but before you do your final reading, you know, that we talked of, at that point in time, your refrigerant equipment has to be working. And why do I say that? That my final measurements, my refrigerant equipment has to be working, whether it is VRF or any other condensing unit, or for that matter even chilled water. Why? Why do we have to do that? Any idea? A dry coil has lesser resistance to the airflow than wet coil. So when the coil becomes wet, my airflow is likely to reduce, though very marginally. But it's still likely to reduce. So when you take final readings, at that point in time, the coil has to remain wet. Right? So now let's come back to how do we do this too? How do I balance between supplier and fresh air, returner and fresh air? Any idea? किधर लेगा तू air measurement? The correct way of doing this balancing is temperature balancing. Heat load गया अभी खत्म हो गया. Okay. Heat load has nothing to do. Heat load has told me how much should be my fresh air and how much should be my return air. I have done my balancing, right? My supplier balancing is done. My return air balancing is also done. Okay. But I am still to do my, balancing between supply and fresh, no? Because, so how do I do that? That I know that I have got the correct quantity of fresh air. Boss, I know what's the temperature of return air. I know what is the temperature of fresh air. I know what are my design quantities. So, if my design quantities were correct, and I know my current return air temperature and current fresh air temperature, I know what should be my mixing air temperature. Correct? So, I measure my mixing air temperature. I measure my return air temperature. I measure my fresh air temperature. Now let us say my mixing temperature is higher than what it should have been. That means which air is more? Fresh air is more. If it is lower, which air is more? It means it's a return air which is more. Now this is where you start balancing your supplier and return air damper. If let us say I had started with return air damper fully open and fresh air damper partially closed. Okay, what happened? Okay, it had partially closed. Then I would first handle my partially closed damper. Let's say it is higher, right? So I throttle it further to get that temperature that I wanted. Very simple. But if it was lower, then if my fresh air was throttled, I will keep opening my fresh air damper till I get the desired temperature. Now it might happen that I still may not get my desired temperature even when my fresh air damper is fully open. That is when I start throttling my return air damper. Now have you realized in this balancing method, either return air or fresh air damper will always remain open in the life of the system. Correct? So this is the right way of doing your balancing of air in this, right? Variable air volume system I will skip and I will answer your query. When you have a bypass damper, right? How do you balance your coil bypass damper? I have 2 minutes more. Good. How do I do that? The simplest way, once you have balanced all this, the simplest way of doing this is you have two ports to measure the pressure drop across your cooling coil. So cooling coil and damper are parallel, right? This damper, if you have a bypass, at the time of initial this thing, I would have that damper partially throttled when I start up this system. Okay, this damper doesn't remain open fully, but you could even keep it fully open if you want. And I start measuring the pressure drop across the one. Now my coil manufacturer has told me what should be the correct. I know at 500 FPM it is more or less going to be linear pressure drops. So my variation, I know what it's going to be. Now if there is more air going through the bypass, there is lesser air going through the coil, the pressure drop will be lower, or vice versa. So you keep throttling your bypass damper in such a way If the pressure measured is lower, that means you have to throttle the damper more. If pressure measured is higher than the design, you have to open the bypass damper more. That is as simple as that. You don't have to measure airflow at coil whatsoever in our balancing. In case you have to do it, coil measurement again is not something which is recommended, because when you go inside the air handling unit to measure your coil this thing, you are also, the human who's doing it also poses some kind of a pressure drop, some kind of a blockage. So that's not something which is recommended, and ASHRAE also says in that 111, if there is no other way of doing air measurement, you resort to this. But it's they have made it damn complicated, so nobody really wants to do it. Okay, so that's, yeah. I think without mic also everybody can hear. Can you? Very good. Right. So that's the way, you know, how you do it, and this is what your typical testing report would look like. Right. So with that, let me end with a quote by APJ Abdul Kalam. Science is a beautiful gift to humanity. We shouldn't distort it. And that's precisely what we people do when we get into testing or commissioning of this system. We distort that science. There is commissioning, testing, balancing is not a trial and error method. Testing and balancing is a scientific method. There is a science behind it, and it's a beautiful gift to all of us HVAC engineers. So let's at least take a pledge today that we are not going to distort it. Thank you very much.
Answer. That's a very enlightening session on the testing, adjusting, and balancing. I think everyone must have idea what should be the size and how much how much reading we should take. So if you have any questions, any doubts, please feel free to ask Prashant sir, because he is here. You can connect with him during the dinner time. So I request to felicitate him. I request first of all, Prashant sir, please come on the stage. So to felicitate Mr. Prashant, I request our program convener, Mr. Amit Gulwade, to felicitate him. Can we have a big round of applause for the Mr. Prashant Desai?
So now I would like to call our sponsor of the day, Mr. Ganesh Bhosle from Mitsubishi Electric India Private Limited. So Mr. Ganesh Bhosle is working with Mitsubishi Electric India Private Limited as 11 years. Mitsubishi Electric is a world leader, is providing quality solution in air conditioning and other products. He is a graduate mechanical engineer and MBA in marketing. He has worked with the companies like Daikin, Voltas, Kruger in the past with total experience over 18 years in HVAC and 14 years handling VRF sales and marketing. He is actively involved in organizing technical training through ISHRE to students from engineering as well as the Architectural College in Mitsubishi Electric's Technical Training Center in Mumbai. So Mr. Ganesh, please come on the stage.
Good evening all. Thank you. Thank you Prashant sir for that well balanced presentation. So I'll take over, now we'll talk about Mitsubishi Electric company profile first. So origin of Mitsubishi goes to year 1870, almost 150 years back it was founded. And in the year 1921, Mitsubishi Electric Corporation was formed. So we are representing Mitsubishi Electric Corporation. So we recently completed 100 years of operation. Thank you so much. There are almost 36 member companies under Mitsubishi brand. Some of which are like Mitsubishi Electric Corporation, we are into electronic and electric. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries is into shipbuilding, aircraft, steel structure and power generation. Then there is Mitsubishi Motor Corporation, Bank of Tokyo Mitsubishi, and Nikon Corporation is also Mitsubishi company which are into cameras and optical equipments. So these are some of the companies. Changes for better, that is our corporate statement, which signifies the goal and stance of Mitsubishi Electric Group to continually innovate for the better. So changes for better. Mitsubishi Electric Corporation is headquartered in Tokyo, Japan, founded in 1921, having more than 1,45,000 employees as on date. This is a global network. We are having almost 200 plus companies all across the world. Around 107 companies outside Japan and 96 companies in Japan itself. Mitsubishi Electric India Private Limited was established in the year 2010. Actually, we are present in Indian market for a very long time. It was earlier through a distributor network, and now in the year 2010 we started as a company directly, headquartered in Gurgaon. We are having almost 22 office locations. There are manufacturing facilities, technical centers, having 900 plus employees on roll. Presence of Mitsubishi Electric in India, we are having manufacturing facilities also, which some of you might not be aware. As MEI, Mitsubishi Electric India, we are having manufacturing facilities for train parts, CNC, factory automation. Train and CNC, we have factories in Karnataka and factory automation in Pune itself. Mitsubishi Elevator India Private Limited into manufacturing of elevators and escalators, having 20 plus office locations, and we are having factory in again Karnataka. Mitsubishi Electric Automation Automotive Private Limited, we are one of the biggest supplier for automotive components to most of the manufacturers in India. We are having manufacturing facility in Manesar. And Clima Veneta Climate Technologies, this is an Italy-based company which was taken over globally by Mitsubishi Electric. So this is having office in Bangalore and manufacturing facility also in Bangalore. This is the presence, pan-India presence for Mitsubishi Electric. As I said, there are 23 branch offices. There are technical centers also where all the VRF and non-VRF machines are installed, where we invite customers, consultants to come and feel the product. You can actually see the performance of machine, how the power consumption varies and all. So we have 4 technical training centers and warehouses all across India. This is the pan-India network of our dealers, more than 1,000 plus dealers all across every corner of the nation. Different products, those are available in India with Mitsubishi. Automation equipments, which that is PLCs, VFDs and all, which we manufacture in India. There are low voltage switchgears as well as MCBs and ELCBs. Then there is factory automation machineries and semiconductors. We have automotive equipments, as I told. Elevators and escalators, actually we are the only company in the world who is manufacturing spiral escalators. Spiral escalators are manufactured only by Mitsubishi Electric. Then we have transportation system. We are the sole supplier for all the metro projects in India. We manufacture, except the bogie, we manufacture everything like the traction motor, auxiliary power supply, air conditioning system and everything in the metro. So this also we have manufacturing in India. Talking about air conditioning systems, we have split air conditioners, VRF, air curtains and all, and of course Clima Veneta chillers. We have all the products. This is a small video which talks about Mitsubishi Electric's presence in India.
The next generation of India, young and restless, a generation that's in a hurry to step up the game. They need speed to reach new destinations.
A little push while they rush to reach higher.
And a comfortable start.
We need to help them think faster.
Show them how to be even more intuitive. If they are in a hurry to be the best of the best, let's work at it, non-stop.
And work to create a future that's sustainable for generations as well.
The race towards the top has begun, partnering India's dream to be number one. Mitsubishi Electric.
So we are partnering in India's dream to be number one through our products. So these are the products what we offer in air conditioning, right from 0.7 ton high wall to cassettes to VRF to chillers up to 4,000 ton. We also have precision air conditioners, air curtains, making us one-stop solution for all the air conditioning needs. We also have jet towels. Jet towels are basically hand dryers which we supply to most of the 5-star hotels. If you have seen in the washroom, there is a big like the tissues for keeping the tissues and all. This is a total wastage. So to take care of the environment, this product can be used in most of the public places. It dries the hand within 3 to 5 seconds. This is a very unique product. Air curtains also we manufacture. Air curtains, these basically are used inside even a residential application also, because the noise level is pretty low for these air curtains. We can install in a high-end residential application where the kitchen is non-air conditioned. We can isolate the kitchen from air conditioned living room. So that is less noisy because of the noise level is pretty less. So coming to the topic of today's meet, VRF from Indian context and from point of view of designers, developers and end users. So what are the benefits that VRF system can offer to architects, consultants, contractors, installers? It is very easy to design because there are multiple choice of indoor units, type of indoor units, ability to provide various installation solutions to property owners, short design period compared to conventional systems, easy to install, no need of expensive control companies. Basically all the manufacturers give their own controllers. So there is no need to depend on third-party controllers. It is easy to maintain. All system components are by one vendor. If it is Mitsubishi or any other brand, all the components are supplied by one company. It's not the integration of different products together. Partial installation can be done upon as per the tenants or clients' request. Benefits of VRF for users: it can be operated to suit individual needs. Exact temperature control can be maintained. Comfortable working. If we maintain a comfortable working space, it increases the productivity. And with advanced controllers, various scheduling we can do. So these are some of the benefits we can offer. VRF system can be used for almost every application, right? We have right from side discharge ODUs, which can be used for residential, to top discharge outdoors, which can be used for commercial application, to water cooled VRF. Even we can replace the old installations, because as it was introduced that VRF technology is quite old, completed more than 40 years in the industry. So there are many projects where old VRF systems are getting replaced. So we can even replace the old system without changing the copper piping. Only indoor and outdoor can be replaced. So we'll just take a case study of hospital projects to understand how VRF can help actually. Typically in a hospital, there are different air conditioning zones, and there are different challenges to design air conditioning for every zone. For a public area where there is floating population, then there are consulting rooms where it is operational only part of a day. There are ICUs which are 24/7 operation, where a lot of fresh air is also required. There are wards which are 24/7 operation. Then there is private wards where you require individual temperature control. Then there are operation theaters where we require HEPA filtration. Then there is back office and testing lab. So every zone has its own challenge to design the air conditioning system. So how VRF system can help for these various things? One observation recently we have done, like when we are designing any air conditioning project, we take a diversity. It can be 120, 125, 130%, whatever. But when we are designing a hospital project, we recommend to give take 100% connectivity because in event of a pandemic or a disease breakout, there will be huge occupancy in the hospital, which can be an unfortunate situation. But our air conditioning system should be capable to handle the load at that time. So we advise to take 100% diversity. Apart from infections, there is the biggest enemy is fire. Because in hospitals, patient independently cannot, in case of a fire, patient cannot evacuate the hospital independently. There are a lot of fatalities occurring due to suffocation. Apart from fire, there can be suffocation. You cannot conduct a fire drill also to train the patients. Obviously, it is not possible for patients. Fire is almost like a human being. It can breathe, it can eat, and it can travel. So to avoid this fire, these are some of the examples or some of the newspaper articles where it was mentioned about the fire. There was even a mention in the newspaper. It is not readable, but it was mentioned that the spark from air conditioner has actually generated. That was the root cause of fire in that building. So to eliminate this problem, Mitsubishi Electric is giving a metal box protection for the PCBs. So if there is any spark, that will get arrested inside that metal housing, and it will not spread in the in the area. We can even integrate fire alarms through our CRC to the machine. So in event of fire signal, machine can be switched off automatically. Remote controls, like when you are choosing a remote control, that's a very basic thing, very small thing, but it is ignored. We should say no to cordless remotes or wireless remotes because of the recent problem, the contamination and all. We recommend to give these kind of corded remotes. Even these remotes are without a flap. Even the flap can actually spread the infection. So this small remote controller can be installed inside near the console of the patient, so he can easily operate he or she can easily operate the machine, as well as there will not be any contamination. There are various type of VRF IDUs which we can use for decentralizing the system, like the air handling units, which can be used for operation theaters. It can be coupled to VRF at outdoors. There are different choice of indoor units we can connect to VRF outdoors depending on the locations, like waiting rooms, private rooms can have cassette, high wall, or ductables and all, and operation theaters can be with AHU. So the combination of different type of indoor units we can connect to one outdoor. There are various choice of indoor units available to suit the interior demand. Like there are cassettes which starts from right from 0.5 ton, it goes up to 4.6 ton. There are ceiling suspended units. There are high walls, again high walls starting from 0.5 ton goes up to 3.2 ton. Two-way cassette, one-way cassette goes up to 2.6 ton. Floor standing machines. Then there are ductable, choice of ductables which right from 0.5 ton goes up to 8 ton. There are AHU kits which we can couple to AHU, and floor standing type of indoor units. The outdoor lineup, which most of the manufacturers is having for side discharge outdoors from 4 HP, top discharge outdoors we have from 8 HP to 60 HP. We can give cooling only type of outdoors or heat pump outdoors also. For north area generally we give heat pump type of outdoors, and west part of south part we give cooling only type of outdoors. There are sensors basically which we can couple to the cassette units. These are called as occupancy sensors, occupancy sensor or floor temperature sensor. Basically this will be installed on the cassette panel. It rotates 360 degrees. There are almost 8 sensors which are coupled together, and by rotating it can actually sense where there are hot pockets or where there is no occupancy. So these sensor will help additional to get additional power saving, basically by either doing cut off of the indoors, or it can even direct the airflow, so there should not be any hot pocket. Fresh air systems, we can have VRF ODUs with TFA AHUs as I told, or there will be VRF TFAs also, indoor unit TFAs, or we can give heat recovery units also which can pre-cool the fresh air, basically to reduce the load on the fresh air. These can be used. reliability and 24/7 operation, that is the most important factor for a hospital application. So the outdoors should be capable, like hospitals will be coming all across India, wherever the temperature, there are varying temperature ranges. So these outdoors can work up to 52 degrees Celsius. There is inbuilt duty cycle also in the, when we are connecting multiple outdoors, system will ensure its equal run time for all the compressors. So any compressor will not be running for more time, every compressor will be running at equal time, so wear and tear will be equal for all the compressors. And we also give phase reversal protection in the outdoors. The RYB phase, generally when we are supplying machines to tier 2, tier 3 cities where there is a lot of fluctuation in the power, or phase reversal is a very common problem. So in case of phase reversal, these machines can automatically detect the phase and it will keep on running. So to ensure 24/7 operation without any interruption. In case of emergency operation, like when there are multiple ODUs, if one ODU fail, other two ODUs can take care. So anytime there will be 33% capacity down, balance 66% will be catered. So your operation theaters, you can connect with the system and it will get the backup anytime. Even in case of failure of a indoor unit, system can automatically bypass the faulty indoor and balance indoors will keep on running. So that's a unique feature what we offer. DG operation for our critical areas, like when we are designing for hospital, again your generator is also, like the design of generator is again important. If you have to give backup to entire hospital through a generator, it is not possible, or it will be very costly affair for the owner. So this we can integrate with our CRC. These standard indoor units will be switched off and only operation theater will be given the backup. So if you have installed, suppose 100 kilowatt is your load demand, only you can decide for operation theaters how much you want, maybe 20 kilowatt or so. So your DG will be designed only for those 20 kilowatt, not for the 100. So that will be huge power saving or huge cost saving for the owner of the hospital. Our systems complies to the CE standards as well as IEC standards. IEC basically talks about harmonics, because when we are designing a hospital, in hospital there are many sensitive equipments in the operation theater. So if there is in VRF, since those are inverter based systems, there may be harmonic generation. So if that harmonic generation can actually interfere with the other equipments, and the machinery can give wrong results basically. So but since our systems are complying to IEC standards, the harmonics has been taken care. Noise level is again an important factor. So the outdoors we can select for low noise mode. So those will be running at a lesser, the fan will be running at a lesser RPM. Even for the indoor units, we can choose the low fan speed. We can set the low fan speed to get as low as 24 dB inside the room. Even we can give a branch box kind of a system where the expansion wall of the indoor units is not there in the indoor unit, it will be outside inside a box. So there will, like generally there is a kind of a hissing noise. So that hissing noise through the LEVs will be completely eliminated because of the branch box, and this branch box will be located near the outdoor, outside the room. So inside the room there will be almost nil noise level. We have introduced a technology called as multi-wall compressors. Generally, as we know, in any compressor there is one suction port, one discharge port. So we have given additional 2 ports for discharge. It operates something like this. So when your load demand is low and on a partial load, instead of this center port, the lower port will be opened. So your refrigerant has to travel only till the lower port, not till the center of the compressor. So your volumetric efficiency of the system increases because of this. And there will not be any over compression. Generally this problem is there of the over compression and all. So that can be completely eliminated because of the multi-port compressor design. So basically your system efficiency increases because of this. We give a single inverter compressor up to 20 HP because low pressure shell design is patented technology by Mitsubishi Electric. Our compressors can withstand the shell pressure up to 20 HP also. So we give single compressor. In event of liquid flood back, low pressure shell design helps us to collect the liquid refrigerant at the bottom, so there will not be any failure of the compressor due to liquid flood back. We have introduced a technology called as induction heating. Instead of a standard crankcase heater, we have eliminated the crankcase heater, and there is because of the induction heating we heat the oil. So instead of the crankcase heater generally which consumes 50, 60 watt or whatever, so that's a hidden power consumption that is completely eliminated with the induction heating. VET technology is now available with VRF systems with some manufacturers like conventionally any air conditioning system we are giving an inverter compressor modulates, it saves the power. So in addition to that, VET is a variable evaporating temperature technology. Basically we are changing the evaporating temperature, we are changing the temperature of the grill of the indoor unit. Like for this is the example, ambient temperature is 39 degree, you want 24 degree inside the room, the grill temperature will be 11 or 12 degrees Celsius whatever. So in event like if there is a monsoon or the occupancy is less, system will automatically decide the grill temperature, it will increase the grill temperature to 18 degree, like 12, 13, 14, 16 whatever, it will decide automatically, it will increase the grill temperature. So thereby increasing the grill temperature, basically again the volumetric, again the efficiency of the system goes up because the compressor has to work less to get more grill temperature. Again for hospitals, we can this kind of central remote control, if it is a chain of hospitals which is present in multiple cities, we can help the owner to monitor the system from one location, from one CRC sitting in Pune, he can monitor what is going on in Delhi, what is going on in Chennai. So he can actually monitor the power consumption, he can monitor the health of the system and accordingly take care if the power consumption is increasing or if there is any misuse of the system. Changes in air conditioning design, a lesson which we had learned, which all of us has learned from COVID-19. There was an article published by WHO which says that there is a potential transmission from one area to the other, like the transmission of virus basically can happen from one area to other through ducts. That was one of the study. So to avoid that, to avoid the cross contamination basically, this used to be a typical design where a common HU is feeding to the entire space. There can be one or two HUs or whatever feeding to the entire floor. So there are chances of cross contamination definitely, because if a COVID patient is admitted here, the virus can travel to the return air duct and it can get mixed up with the other areas. So basically to avoid this problem, we recommend personally to have a decentralized air conditioning system. So basically what we have seen in case of a AHU, that will get replaced with individual individual indoor units. So this will be feeding to that particular area only. So there will not be any chances of cross contamination basically. This is the air distribution, supply and return air. So this again can be similarly we can avoid by having individual indoor units. So air conditioning design, again the points what we should take care when we are designing a hospital project. This might not be readable, but social distancing, which we keep on hearing nowadays, then there is, the system should be safe enough. Decentralized, which we talked now. Daylight, we should insist the architects to have maximum daylight in the building. This is very important. Fresh air, we should have adequate fresh air. And again, comfortable temperature has to be maintained. It should not be over designed or under designed, and there should be proper ventilation also. Trust. Success for a hospital, what is success for a hospital? It is not commercially how much they earn. It is basically is when people trust the hospital with their life. A person is coming in the hospital not happily, he is coming when there is a disease. So he is trusting the hospital with his life. And HVAC, as HVAC designers, we should not derail it silently by designing a wrong system. So it is responsibility with all of us to design a system perfectly or rightly, whatever is their right. So there are, apart from hospitals, VRF systems can actually help in other applications also by with its design flexibility, energy saving and simple installations. Like a typical residential application, we can have choice of indoor units for the residential application. We can connect with home automation. Hospital projects, we have choice of indoor units. In hospitals, we can even integrate the indoor unit with window opening, closing. If the window is open, machine will be switched off, or even we can have key tag for when the person goes out, the machine will be switched off. So all those integrations can be done with VRF IDUs. Office applications. We can connect with the BMS through backnet and all. We can have independent central remote controllers. If at all the client doesn't want to invest in a BMS, this CRC itself act like a mini BMS. You can even integrate lights and ventilation equipments with the CRC. For schools, we can for residential application, for shops, for metro stations. So there are few landmark projects which we want to highlight in this forum, which we have done in Pune and nearby locations. Sahyadri Super Specialty Hospital, we had done almost more than 800 HP. Indira IVF hospitals, we have done pan-India installations, more than 3000 HP as of now we are installed. Capital Land in Pune, we have installed more than 8000 HP here. It's an ongoing project. Barclays Global Service Center, more than 2000 HP is installed already. Veritas Technology Solutions, we have installed more than 1500 HP. Philips Healthcare, we have installed in Mumbai and Pune, more than 1000 HP for their production areas. Symbiosis International University, various locations. Flame University, more than 1200 HP already installed and it is getting added more. Mantralaya in Mumbai, we have installed more than 3200 HP. Cognizant CTS all across India, multiple locations, more than 2400 HP. So that's it from my side. Thank you so much for your kind attention. If there are any questions we can, you can ask during maybe dinner time because the time is less now. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ganesh, for sharing the insights and the technology that Mitsubishi Electric is providing. So that's a very enlightening session. I request all the people, during the break time, during the dinner and cocktail, please visit the stall. And if you have any question, you can connect with Mr. Ganesh. So, Mr. Ganesh, I would like to invite you on the stage again. So, because we have a felicitation, so to felicitate Mr. Ganesh, I would request Mr. Chetan Thakur, who is the treasurer of ISHRE Pune chapter. Please, sir, come on the stage. Can we have a big round of applause? All right, so the next part is the best part of the evening is coming up, and for this I think we have to set up our stage. So I'm just coming down, and I request all the people who are the backside, please come inside this hall. I request if everyone can just bring all the people from the backside, because the quiz of the evening is going to start. Okay.
And we have questions for audience also, so be alert and be attentive. हाँ, non-member के लिए special question and prize है. Yes, of course. So get the membership soon. Non-members, okay. But now the non-member list is reduced because we got a good membership today. Like 5 members we got in our ISHRE family. So I request other people also who is not part of ISHRE, please join us today.
So our stage is setting up for the quiz. So are you people ready? एक बार जोरदार आवाज आनी चाहिए. Are you people ready for the quiz contest? आवाज ही नहीं आ रही. Everyone. So the quiz contest is not only for the teams, it's for the audience as well. So we have some goodies for the audience. So I request please participate in the quiz contest, and that is going to be very fun and exciting. So you can see the name of the because right now today we are in the VRF Technomeet. So the name of the teams are related to the VRF. We have a team high wall, team one way, team two way, and team four way. Okay, so the teams are setting up, and we have total 8 people.
अनुज, आज तो है ना कौन बनेगा करोड़पति वाला फील आ रहा
अरे
है।
आएगा, बिल्कुल फील आएगा कौन बनेगा करोड़पति, एंड आई थिंक लोग करोड़पति बन के जाएंगे भी यहाँ से। तो ऑडियंस से ये है, वी हैव एक बार जब सब सेटअप हो जाएगा, वी विल गिव यू द रूल्स। जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं उनके लिए क्या रूल्स है और ऑडियंस के लिए क्या रूल है वो हम आपको बताएंगे। तो आई रिक्वेस्ट एवरीवन, डू नॉट यूज योर मोबाइल। ओके, उस टाइम पे आपको अपने मोबाइल यूज नहीं करने हैं, आपको सिर्फ जो क्वेश्चन पूछा जाएगा उसका रेस्पॉन्ड करना है। वो मैं रूल बताऊंगा कैसे हम लोग उसको खेलेंगे। बट एज वी आर सेटिंग अप द स्टेज, वेयर द टीम मेंबर्स, कौन 8 लोग हैं वो लोग जो पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं। आई रिक्वेस्ट ऑल द पीपल, द 8, यस आई हैव।
अनुज ने गलत बोला कि मोबाइल फोन यूज नहीं करना है। When I think sir asked कि कौन कौन इंजीनियर है, मैक्सिमम हैंड्स अप थे। तो इंजीनियर लोगों को मोबाइल की जरूरत नहीं है, इंजीनियर ने ही तो मोबाइल बनाया है। सो आई रिक्वेस्ट एवरीवन, डोंट यूज योर मोबाइल फोन एंड वी शुड बी ऑनेस्ट फॉर दिस क्विज राउंड। ओके,
All right, so I think we have new members recently renewed. Like I just acknowledge their renewal because I just got information in the group that there are 3 members who have recently renewed their membership. Let me, all right.
there are 4 members, Anuj.
There are 4 members. Oh,
Yes.
the number are increasing. Let me put the name right. So we have Mr.
Dinesh Mane.
Right. So you have the list, right?
I have list. Mr. Pramod Ghonghadi.
So एक बार जोरदार ताली हो जाए मिस्टर दिनेश के लिए, who just renewed his membership. Where is the Mr. Dinesh? Mr. Dinesh Mane. Okay, he is there. Just raise the hand, sir. Okay, so he just renewed his membership. Next we have
Mr. Pramod Ghonghade.
Mr. Pramod, who just renewed his membership. Where is Mr. Pramod? Sir, कहाँ पर हैं आप? इधर ही है. Okay, next one.
Mr. Hemantro.
Mr. Himmat Rao. Mr. Himmat Rao.
Hemantro Roy.
एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए.
And the last one is Mr. Sagar Munsivar.
नहीं, he is our guest from the Thane chapter. So एक बार सागर जी के लिए जोरदार तालियां हो जाए.
Sorry.
So he is a part from the Ishre Thane chapter and our mentor from the Ishre Thane chapter team. Thank you so much, sir, for coming.
Everyone, please settle down. Please, we are starting the quiz round, and it's a great opportunity for you as well because we will ask few questions to audience.
Nankishore sir, please ask all the people to settle down.
We will have enough time for networking.
All right. So the stage is almost set up and we have 4 teams are coming up. So in the meantime, I think जब तक stage के लोगों के लिए setup हो रहा है, I think we should ask some question to the audience. Are you people ready to take participation?
हाँ.
कौन? All right. So
should I ask?
yes, so we have some question for the audience. Okay, so Acha, before asking the question, we have some rules. Rule क्या है? जब भी हम audience से question पूछेंगे, आपको अगर आंसर आता है, we will give you the question, we will give you the 4 options. Okay, if you know the answer, you just raise hand. Okay, आपको hand raise करना है, then me or simple कोई भी आपको जाके पूछेगा, आपको बताना है, then only you just speak. Okay, so this is the rule. अगर if you say the right answer, you will get some goodie from Ishre Pune chapter, and if wrong, then it will pass to the another person. Okay, clear? All right, so the first question, very simple.
Yeah, the first question is, Maximum indoor-outdoor connection ratio for double outdoor unit with any type of indoor unit is, the options are 200%, 160%, third is 130%, and fourth is all of above. Please raise your hand, don't shout. So I think the guy, he raised his hand first.
All right. This is the mic. Simple. Use this one.
Okay. So tell me your name.
My name is Bhagyesh.
Balgesh. Okay. What is the answer, Balgesh?
160.
Wow, great.
सुपर. एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए.
So
Super.
Balgesh, congratulations. We have gift for you. So
तो भाग्येश आप इशरे मेंबर है कि नहीं है? नहीं है.
भाग्येश, ये फिर आप अपॉर्चुनिटी लूज कर रहे हैं.
आज आपको इशरे मेंबरशिप लेनी पड़ेगी.
Yes.
Because you have given the right answer and you are in this industry. So please take the membership. All right. So I'll ask the next question. Okay. So I request all the people are here. Please participate. The next question is: while brazing copper pipe, nitrogen flow required through copper pipe for first option to avoid copper pipe oxidation, second to get uniform brazing, third to reduce heat loss during brazing, and fourth to reduce filler material quantity. Okay. All right. Just raise the hand. I think आगे वाले लोग जो भी हैं, if you want to raise hand, you can just raise. All right. So gray shirt, sir, just raise. आपको अपना नाम बताना है and you just give the answer.
My name is Praveen Sutar. Oxidization रोकने के लिए.
Oxidation तो correct option बताइए.
First वाला.
First one, to avoid copper pipe oxidation, you are saying.
Yes, right.
Is he correct? What's your name? Praveen. So Mr. Praveen is correct or not? क्या लगता है? Correct है? दे दिया जाए इनको गिनाम. Okay, so he is the correct one. एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए Mr. Praveen के लिए.
अनुज, I thought हमारी ऑडियंस तो काफी इंटेलिजेंट है.
प्रवीण जी, आप इशरे मेंबर हैं?
अनुज जी.
अरे यार, सारे नॉन मेंबर बैठे यहाँ पे. ओके, सो प्रवीण सर, आपको भी आज इशरे मेंबर बनना पड़ेगा.
प्रवीण जी, प्लीज टेक मेंबरशिप बिकॉज ऐसे क्विज में आपको गिफ्ट लेके जाना है और भी.
ऑलराइट. ओके, सो द सेटअप इज रेडी. So let's start with the quiz part, and we have 4 teams here. So let me introduce all the 4 team members. All right. So first of all, team high wall and the team persons who are here right now, Mr. Ganesh Gund from CC TAC. I request Mr. Ganesh please come forward, and Mr. Omkar from Johnson Control. एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए दोनों के लिए.
Team 2 is Mr. Deepak from RS Kulkarni, HVAC Consulting Engineers, and Mr. Amar from the same company.
So team one way, this is the team one way, and now we have a team two way. Mr. Manish Kulkarni from Vision EM CPL and Mr. Sanjay Satpute from Vision EM CPL, the same company.
Fourth team we have Miss Vidhi Nayak from Microcool System Private Limited and Mr. Prashant from the same company.
एक बार चारों टीमों के लिए जोरदार तालियां हो जाए.
वाह.
So I request to put the
अमिताभ बच्चन कौन बनने वाला है? So you announce.
So we have we are just giving the rules. So Mr. Amit, just I request please give the rules to the team.
There are, not much rules binded to this. There are 3 basic rules. One is, for every correct answer, they are going to get 100 positive points. Okay. If the answer is wrong, then similarly, we are going to deduct 100 points from your score, and none of the question will be transferred to other team. If at all these guys are wrong, then it will be transferred to the audience, so that there should not be any confusion. Okay. So these are the things. I hope that you all can see the screen. I mean, there should not be any concern that you are not been able to read. Uh, the the thing is, the most important thing is, once these our host are going to read the question and the option, after completion of all 4 options, then only somebody should buzzer. It should not happen that question has pop up and people are starting, you know. Okay, so these are the 4 rules. I think you can start.
Fifth rule from audience, please don't shout while we are showing the options. So let them answer. If they are not able to give the answer, then the question will pass on to you. Okay? And negative marking is there. So while pressing the buzzer, think twice. Team.
बदरवर हात ठेवू नका, कारण काय की बदरवर हात ठेवला की तिकडे कमांड नाही जाणार. 1 2 3. आता ते बघा स्क्रीनवर. 1 हायवर मी प्रेस केलंय. ओके, क्लियर सिस्टम. ते दिसेल की कोणी प्रेस केलं. ओके.
All right, perfect. So this is the way, like we will get to know who is the first to get the buzzer. So should we start? Are we ready? शुरू करें? All right, perfect. So we will just giving the heights. We will having 21 questions. Okay, 21 questions होंगे ऐसा सर ने बोला. 100 marks for every question if you are putting right, plus 100 if you are putting wrong, minus 100. Okay, and who will be the like top one? They will be the winner. यस, आई रिक्वेस्ट विशाल जी, एक बार पीछे वाले सारे लोगों को अंदर बुला लीजिए, सब लोगों को प्लीज. ऑल राइट, तो एक बार केबीसी वाला साउंड हो जाए.
साउंड लाउडर होना चाहिए ताकि लोगों
और
को
क्या?
लगे केबीसी है.
So, आपकी स्क्रीन पर पहला क्वेश्चन आ रहा है इस तरह से. R410A is the mixture which of two refrigerant? R22/152A, R22/124, R32/ I am not able to see /125.
R-134A of -124. Correct answer? 2A. What is the answer?
Wait. So we have three. Two-way is the team who put the right answer, who put the buzzer first. Okay. So let me first ask you, what is the right answer you select? Two-way. Where's the two-way? Yes.
C.
C. So C is the right answer, everyone?
Yes.
Right?
So I request, R410 is the mixture of which two refrigerant? So as two-way team said C. So let's see what is that. So C is the right answer, R32/125. So this is the right answer. Thank you. That's a great team two-way. I request plus add 100 points. Next question is
RefNet. Okay, please. Next question. RefNet joint cannot be installed. The options are vertically up, inclined, B is inclined, C is vertically down, and D is horizontal.
So we have team one way who said they know the answer and they put the right, they put the buzzer. So team one way, what is the right answer?
That's the right answer.
Inclined.
B.
B option is right, everyone? Correct है? Lock कर दिया जाए? तो देखते हैं क्या करेक्ट सही आंसर है. द आंसर इज
Answer is
B.
inclined.
Inclined. That's
So
a great.
you
So
got 100
एक बार
marks.
जोरदार तालियां हो जाए टीम बी, टीम वन वे के लिए. All right. So the next question is, which type of connection is recommended for communication wire? I request put the.
So please excuse me. First, we have to read the options and then you put the buzzer, because I saw somebody already.
So please.
Team two-way.
First, I am just reading the question, then option, then you just put the buzzer. Okay. All right. So which type of connection is recommended for communication wire? Star type, looping type, clad type. Doesn't matter. Any type is okay.
Now press the buzzer. So first.
So we have one way.
One way.
One way again. Team one way.
Looping type.
Looping type.
Option B.
Option B is correct.
So
Looping type.
lock कर दे. Looping type.
Lock कर.
Audience, please.
यार ऑडियंस की वो हेल्प वगैरह नहीं लेनी, 50-50 वगैरह ऑडियंस वगैरह कुछ नहीं. ओके, सो आंसर इज लूपिंग टाइप इज द राइट आंसर. एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए.
टफ कंपटीशन है. ऑलमोस्ट 3 टीम ने 1-1-1 राइट दिया है. सो बी अलर्ट फॉर द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन.
ओके, प्लीज अब नोट करिएगा. पहले मैं क्वेश्चन रीड करूंगा, ऑप्शन रीड करूंगा, उसके बाद आपको बजर दबाना है. वो okay, so we have done 3 questions.
We'll say press the buzzer, then you please press the buzzer. Okay, so now the next question is, while selecting ODU location, which point we needed to consider? First option is air circulation, B is service space, C is distance from sewage or acid line, D is all of them.
Somebody has done. Who has done the buzzer? 4-way.
4-way. So we already told once we will say press it, then press it.
So this question is called, please understand the rule. जब तक simple or I do not speak the whole options, please do not buzzer. Okay, otherwise starting में जब क्वेश्चन आने से पहले आप बजर दबा देंगे, वो फिर किसी और को मौका नहीं मिलेगा.
और क्वेश्चन आपसे कम हो गए तो आपके विनिंग चांस कम हो जाएंगे. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड दिस. ओके, सो नाउ दिस क्वेश्चन पास ऑन टू ऑडियंस. सो प्लीज रेज योर हैंड. सो दिस वाइट शर्ट, प्लीज चेंज. वाइट शर्ट, प्लीज स्टैंड अप. योर नेम? महेश गुप्ता जी. यस गुप्ता जी, बताइए आंसर क्या है? ऑल ऑफ द अबव. यार मतलब मैंने सोचा प्राइस हम लेके जाएंगे, यहाँ पे एक भी क्वेश्चन का आंसर गलत नहीं हो रहा है. सो गुप्ता जी, कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन.
So all of the above is the right answer.
Ishre. So Gupta
Thank you so much, Mahesh ji.
You are a member of Ishre. Oh, now big round of applause for Mr. Gupta ji. He is a part of Ishre Pune chapter.
All right. So the next question is coming to the team. Which ASHRAE standard limits the amount of refrigerant that can be considered safe in an enclosed environment? The options are ASHRAE 15, ASHRAE 62.1, ASHRAE 90.1, ASHRAE 52.2. One way, team one way. Okay, so team one way, what is the right answer?
Option C.
Option C. You are saying option C?
90.
Can we have a screen?
So answer is?
Answer is, क्या लगता है, option C is the right answer or not? Wrong. So let's see what is
wrong or right. Wrong. What is the answer?
नहीं रुकिए पहले आंसर हमें यहाँ पे फ्लैश होने दीजिए. उसके बाद.
So what is the point? If will not.
नहीं तो उनको नेगेटिव में जाएगा ना. आप नेगेटिव.
We have to pass to the audience.
ऑडियंस के लिए क्वेश्चन है हमारे पास, और क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे ऑडियंस से. So first let's see what is the correct. ASHRAE 15. So -100. आप बहुत आगे बढ़ रहे थे. तो -100 होते हैं टीम वन वे के, राइट? ओके, सो लेट्स सी नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. तो आई थिंक हमें एक ऑडियंस से क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहिए पहले, राइट? कैन यू आस्क द क्वेश्चन?
ओके, वी शुड आस्क वन क्वेश्चन टू ऑडियंस. ओके, so now, so be alert everyone. What should be the minimum distance between two reference joint? Option 1, 0.5 meter. Option 2, 1 meter. Option 3, 1.2 meter. And option 4, 1.7 meter. गुप्ता जी बाकी भी है. So please sir, please stand up. Please wait. Can I have mic? Okay, little louder sir. संतोष जी है आंसर. Answer is 1 meter. Big round of applause. Right answer. So congratulations.
सुपर, थैंक यू सो मच संतोष जी. तो अभी दोबारा से हमारी टीम के लिए क्वेश्चन आता है स्क्रीन पे. आई थिंक वो पहले तो आपने पढ़ लिया होगा, आ गया था स्क्रीन पर, but let me share again. By which duct design method we can achieve least resistance in the system? Equal friction, static regain, velocity reduction, and the next one is all of the above. Team one way again. Yes, team one way. What is the right answer?
Static regain.
You are saying static regain. So static regain is the option number
B.
Option number B. Are they correct or wrong? Static regain correct or wrong? By which duct design method we can achieve least resistance in the system? So let's see what is the correct answer.
Answer correct.
Static regain is the right answer. Perfect. So you have plus 100 point again.
Now आपने 100 गेन किया है. So अभी लेस मत करना.
I request other team member, team 4 way, team 2 way क्या हो गया आप लोग? बजर दबाइए.
डरिए मत.
पीछे से कोई सेटिंग करके आया क्या कि बजर नहीं दब रहा है?
नहीं, वो पीछे से आएंगे और
टीम हाई बॉल, बजर नहीं दब रहा है आपका? बजा रहे क्या? चलो ठीक है, देखते हैं. तो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज
एडिशनल रेफ्रिजरेंट R410.
किसने दबाया? एक मिनट रुकिए, बजर दबाए किसी का? नहीं दबा? ओके ठीक है.
Okay. So question is additional refrigerant R410A should be charged in first liquid form, B is gas form, C is gas and liquid, and D doesn't matter. क्या बात है? So please show the screen.
Team 4 way. Team 4 way ने दिया है gas form. Team 4 way is saying gas form. क्या लगता है ऑडियंस? सही जवाब है, गलत है? रॉन्ग है.
रॉन्ग है.
ये सब हाथ कर रहे हैं, हाँ और करेक्ट है गलत है? रॉन्ग है. तो अच्छा बाय बाय कर रहे हैं सर. ओके, तो लेट्स सी व्हाट इज द करेक्ट आंसर. टीम अगर इनका गैस फॉर्म बोला आपने, राइट?
गैस फॉर्म बोला है.
लेट्स सी व्हाट इज द करेक्ट आंसर.
लिक्विड फॉर्म. आंसर इज लिक्विड फॉर्म.
सो minus 100 team 4 way. I think team is noting the points, right? Okay, next question is coming on your screen. A tachometer is used. ये फिर से बता रीसेट किया. ओके, a tachometer is used to measure air speed, fan speed, air volume or static pressure.
Pardon?
नहीं दबा, आपका नहीं दबा. टीम 4 में अगेन.
आपने प्रेस नहीं किया. You should press it.
टीम 4 में क्या हुआ? आंसर दीजिए.
Option A, air speed.
Air speed. Tachometer is used to measure air speed. Okay, option A. Option A correct है? नहीं है. सही जवाब क्या है? Fan speed. तो देखते हैं क्या सही जवाब है, एक बार स्क्रीन पे दिया. The answer is fan speed. Again minus 100. Oh my God, ये क्या हो रहा है?
Everyone, जैसे ही ऑप्शंस फिनिश होता है आप बजर बजाइए, बट बिटवीन वी आर स्पीकिंग तब आपको बजर नहीं बजाना है.
टीम 2 वे कंफ्यूजन में है, उनका बजर दबाए कि नहीं दबाए वो भूल जाते हैं. तो आपको पहले थोड़ा वो रहना पड़ेगा, आपको बजर दबाना है अच्छे से और आपको थोड़ा कॉन्फिडेंस लेकर आइए क्या सही जवाब है. ओके, द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज कमिंग ऑन योर स्क्रीन. वेरी सिंपल क्वेश्चन इज कमिंग.
सिंपल क्वेश्चन नहीं हो सकता. सिंपल
अरे सिंपल तो आप है. ओ माय गॉड,
तो क्वेश्चन डिफिकल्ट होगा.
Which of the following statement is correct? Square feet plus feet per minute equal to cubic feet per minute. square feet into feet per minute equal to cubic feet per minute. Put on the question on the screen. Square feet divided by feet per minute equal to CFM, and the last one is, अभी आप बजर मत दबाइएगा, square feet minus feet per minute equal to CFM. Yes.
Show the screen.
Four-way again.
B.
Yes.
Option B.
Option B. You are saying square feet multiply feet per minute equal to
right or wrong?
Cubic feet per minute.
Right.
कौन
अब
बोल रहा है सही
audience
जवाब?
ने बोला सही तो हम गलत कैसे बोल सकते
So
हैं?
the option B is the right answer. एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए 4-way टीम के लिए.
-200 डालते हैं.
All right, simple. You can take next question.
The maximum recommendable fresh air ratio in cassette unit. A, less than 5%, B, 5 to 8%, C, 8 to 15%, and D, more than 15%. Press it. 4-way.
8 to 15.
8 to 15.
Pardon?
Option C.
Option C. Audience. Option C. Right or wrong? Right.
Option C right है. लॉक कर दिया जाए. लॉक तो कर ही दिया है वैसे. 5 to 8% is the right answer.
Audience wrong नहीं हो सकती. बट अभी रॉन्ग हो गई.
Alright, so अभी क्या करना है गाइस, हमने थोड़ा रूल चेंज किया है क्योंकि टाइम का भी थोड़ा वो है. जैसे ही क्वेश्चन आपको पढ़ रहे आप देख रहे हैं, यू कैन स्टार्ट पुट द बजर. ओके, मैं एक बार रिपीट करूंगा, आप स्टार्ट में ही बजर पर आपको ऑप्शन चेंज करने का मौका नहीं मिलेगा. ठीक है, आपको स्टार्टिंग में बजर दबा देना है. ओके, बट यस, तो बट आपके आने नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन आने से पहले ऑडियंस के लिए क्वेश्चन आ रहा है. आर यू रेडी गाइस? Insulation in fabric ducting is not needed due to which property? प्रॉपर्टी की बात चल रही है यहाँ पे, तो किसका घर है, किसको बेचना है, उसकी प्रॉपर्टी की बात करेंगे. कंडक्टिविटी, परमेबिलिटी, डक्टिलिटी, प्लास्टिसिटी. आई एम रिपीटिंग द ऑप्शन. कंडक्टिविटी, परमेबिलिटी, डक्टिलिटी, प्लास्टिसिटी. जस्ट रेज द हैंड. रेज द हैंड. हाँ सर बताइए, आपका नाम? योगेश देवकर जी. यार, परमिएबिलिटी, क्या सही बोल रहे हैं योगेश जी? परमिएबिलिटी राइट है पक्का? एकदम फर्स्ट क्लास. तो एक बार लॉक कर, एक बार जोरदार ताली हो जाए योगेश जी के लिए. सर आप पिछले मेंबर हैं? अरे यार यहाँ पर आज बनना है सर. ऑलराइट, एक और क्वेश्चन ऑडियंस के लिए. While designing ODU foundation, which weight we need to consider? Fan weight, compressor weight, dynamic weight of ODU, static weight of ODU. अरे सर हाथ रेस करना है आपको, आंसर नहीं देना है.
अनुज from front.
आप आगे से भी पूछना है. राइट, यस सर, ब्लू शर्ट. सर आपका नाम? मनीष जी. यस सर बताइए. ऑप्शन कौन सा है, भूल गए? ऑप्शन सी, डायनामिक वेट ऑफ ओडीयू. क्या सही बोल रहे हैं मनीष जी? सही बोल रहे हैं. चलो एक बार जोरदार ताली हो जाए मनीष जी के लिए. वो गिफ्ट वाले कहां गए हमारे? Alright, simple. You can take another question for the.
So next question is on screen. The maximum elevation. So I didn't get chance to speak my question.
एक बार क्वेश्चन तो वो बोलने दीजिए, उसके बाद फिर आप कर सकते हैं. ऑप्शन बंद करिए.
Maximum elevation difference allowed between two outdoors: 5 meter, 7.5 meter, 10 meter, and 15 meter. Press it. So one way.
Team one way.
Answer is
option A.
5 meter. So is this correct? Yes. So please show the screen.
5 meter is
5
the right
meter
answer.
is the correct answer.
Super. Congratulations, team one way. Next question for the teams. Maximum indoor-outdoor connection ratio for single outdoor unit with any type of indoor unit is 200%, 160%, 100%, none of the above. So team one way again.
Option B 160.
Option B 160. 160 is the right answer or not? Wrong है. तो सही आंसर क्या है? क्या? 200. यार ऑडियंस तो 200 बोल रही है.
Sorry, 1.
नहीं अब आपका चेंज कर सकते हैं.
वन वे को ये है कि वो प्लस में जाते हैं फिर नेगेटिव में आते हैं, उनका यही चल रहा है.
So let's see, the answer is 200. 200 is the right answer. तो ऑडियंस के लिए एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए. All right, the next question is
the purpose of thermal insulation is restrict gain of heat for cold medium. B is restrict loss of heat for hot medium, and C is prevent condensation, and D all of above. So who press the button first? Please show it on screen.
तो आपने क्या आंसर दिया?
Should I answer?
आंसर अभी
नहीं, हाई बॉल टीम इज अभी आपका बहुत देर बाद बजर दबा है. ऑप्शन डी क्या था?
ऑल ऑफ
द अबव. लेट्स सी व्हाट इज द राइट आंसर. कंप्यूटर जी प्रेजेंट कीजिए ऑन द स्क्रीन. So the answer is all of the above is the right answer. Perfect.
Congratulations.
जोरदार तालियां हो जाए. एक बार मेरी स्कोर टीम बताएगी क्या स्कोर हुआ है टीम्स का आखिरी में. नहीं चलो टोटल कर लीजिए आप. हाँ स्कोर आप स्कोर बताएंगे. टीम हाई वॉल 100 पॉइंट, टीम वन वे 200 पॉइंट, टीम टू वे 100 पॉइंट, टीम फोर वे -200. क्या बात है, क्या बात है. आप फोर वे इतने हायर हो गए माइनस में चल रहे हैं. ओके ठीक है. द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, आपके पास अभी भी टाइम है, आप रिगेन कर सकते हैं. द एयर फ्लो रेट इज मेजर्ड इन FPM, which is feet per minute, inches of WC, MPS meters per second, CMH cubic meter per hour. किसने दबाया बजर? दिखाइए कंप्यूटर जी.
I think 4.
हाई बॉल अगेन. हाई बॉल क्या राइट आंसर है? ऑप्शन डी CMH क्यूबिक मीटर पर आवर. क्या सही जवाब है? CMH
सही है. 100 पॉइंट दे दें इनको.
देखते हैं क्या कंप्यूटर जी ने पता नहीं क्या आंसर दिया है. देखते हैं. डी इज द राइट आंसर. CMH. एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए टीम हाई बॉल के लिए. ऑलराइट, एक और क्वेश्चन आ रहा है. टीम टू वे क्या हो गया आपको पढ़ाने और माइनस से थोड़ा पॉजिटिव में आइए. दब नहीं रहा है. ओके नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. व्हाट आर द टू टाइप्स ऑफ एनेमोमीटर्स यूज्ड इन एयर फ्लो टेस्टिंग? वेन टाइप एंड पिटोट ट्यूब, हॉट वायर टाइप एंड यू ट्यूब मैनोमीटर, वेन टाइप एंड हॉट वायर टाइप, ऑल ऑफ द अबव. क्या लगता है? हाई
बॉल जोश में है. आंसर इज
ऑप्शन ए. यू आर सेइंग ऑप्शन ए वेन टाइप एंड पिटोट ट्यूब.
ऑडियंस
ऑप्शन ए इज द राइट आंसर और नॉट
ए?
क्या लगता है ऑडियंस? सी
ए सी. एनी अदर ऑप्शन?
लेट्स सी व्हाट इज द करेक्ट आंसर.
The correct answer is
all of the
above.
-100. All right.
So next question is, which of the following increases the water table?
ये बहुत सिंपल है.
फिर सिंपल है.
अरे सॉरी. बहुत इजी है.
बहुत इजी है. So usage of waterless urinals, usage of low flow fixtures, rainwater harvesting and reuse of treated water.
कोई दबा नहीं रहा है. कोई इंडस्ट्री को पता ही नहीं है वाटर कैसे वो वाटर.
अरे दिस इज द बेसिक क्वेश्चन. तो HVAC नहीं, हमें जनरल नॉलेज भी है.
ये थोड़ा आउट ऑफ द सिलेबस आ गया तो लग रहा है क्या दबा है. ये आउट ऑफ द बुक है. ये
गेम चेंजेस हो गया. गेम चेंजेस नहीं. नो.
किसी का बजट नहीं दबा. कोई तो दबा के बताओ यार. माइनस से पॉजिटिव में आ जाओगे आप. दबा दीजिए.
So we'll pass this question to audience.
कोई बजट नहीं दबाएगा.
अनुज
कोई नहीं दबा रहा. ऑडियंस में जाएगा.
ऑडियंस को जाएगा.
हाँ जी ऑडियंस क्या कहती है पब्लिक? नंबर 1 पे हाँ सर आप बताइए। रीयूज ऑफ ट्रीटेड वाटर ऑप्शन डी आप बोल रहे हैं, क्या ये सही है? नहीं, फिर से वापस चलते हैं पीछे की तरफ। नहीं सर, आपको तो पता है, मुझे पता है। हाँ, कौन बताएगा? सर आपने दे दिया, कितने गिफ्ट लेंगे आप? रुकिए, यहाँ से कोई बताएगा? हाँ सर बताइए। रेन हार्वेस्टिंग बोल रहे हैं, ऑप्शन सी, क्या सही है? सर आपका नाम? नागेश जी के एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए। सर आप पिछले मेंबर है ना शायद? सर है पिछले मेंबर, आप ऐसा मत बोलिए। ऑल राइट, तो रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग इज द राइट आंसर। So next question for the team is,
the next question is, what comfort temperature are to be achieved in IGBC ISHRE 19.1 2010 Green Factory Builders? 28% plus minus 2 degrees Celsius, 24 plus
I'm repeating, 28 degrees Celsius plus minus 2, 24 degrees Celsius plus minus 2, and 22 degrees Celsius plus minus 2 or 25 degrees Celsius plus minus 2. Two-way team. आज बदल दब क्या?
Option D.
Option D, 25 plus minus 2 degrees Celsius, right?
What is
क्या
the
सही
answer?
है ये?
Right है?
एशरे का स्टैंडर्ड पता है आपको? Okay, the correct answer is 24 degrees Celsius plus minus 2.
How much question?
क्या हुआ?
How much questions remain? कितने क्वेश्चन बचे हैं अभी?
कितने क्वेश्चन बचे हैं?
स्ट्रेटेजी कर रहे हैं हम।
आप जीत जाओगे, टेंशन मत लीजिए।
इसीलिए
4 more question, right? Okay, तो -100 for team two way. Next question is, अच्छा ये एक क्वेश्चन बहुत सिंपल सा आ रहा है, अगर आपको नहीं आया पब्लिक से पूछा जाएगा। ओके और ये सही जवाब देना है आपको, ठीक है? अभी बदक नहीं बताऊँ ना किसी का, दब गया, रीसेट कर दीजिए।
और ये अभी थोड़ी देर पहले हमारे ईश्वरी मेंबर ने ही बताया भी
ये
है।
गलत हुआ आंसर, तो ये गलत नहीं होना चाहिए। ठीक है, तो क्वेश्चन इज कमिंग ऑन योर स्क्रीन। आई थिंक न्यू मेंबर को तो पता होगा जो आज बने हैं। क्वेश्चन इज, व्हाट इज द ईश्वरी न्यू मेंबरशिप फी फॉर 3 years प्रोफेशनल? ए 8,750 इंक्लूसिव जीएसटी, 8,850, 8,825 और 8,800। यहाँ पर तो जो मेंबर है उनको भी नहीं पता होगा। हाँ जी, किसी का बजर दबाए? हाँ जी, बजर दबाए। 4 वे
8,800
8,800 लॉक कर दिया जाए। न्यू मेंबर कितना पे किया आज?
नहीं, जो न्यू मेंबर है वो आंसर नहीं करने वाला है।
नहीं, आज न्यू मेंबर से पूछेंगे करेक्ट आंसर। आज नया मेंबर कौन बने थे? हाँ सर, ऑप्शन बी 8,850। आपने क्या बोला?
8,800।
गलत है सर, गलत।
तो आंसर इज 8,850। और प्लीज आपने मेंबरशिप ली है ईश्वरी की, तो आप भूल गए आप कितना पे किया है? 50 रुपए से।
सर ने पे किया ना।
50% डिस्काउंट दिया है शायद ईश्वरी ने।
राइट, तो एक बार सर आपका नाम क्या है? मिस्टर आशीष जी के लिए एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए। एंड रिक्वेस्ट टू ऑल द मेंबर हु आर नॉन मेंबर, जिसको कि अभी मैंने जिनसे भी इंटरेक्ट किया है, मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल वर नॉन मेंबर, प्लीज टेक द मेंबरशिप। सिर्फ 8,850 है, 3 साल की मेंबरशिप है। ऐसे प्रोग्राम हर महीने होते रहते हैं। ओके, तो प्लीज बिकम अ पार्ट ऑफ इशरे।
So last 3 questions are there. You have very thin margin, like
Next
you have a
question.
good chance. 4 way. So try it.
Which of the following types of energy meters enhances continuous monitoring and performance of a factory building? Chilled water consumption, pumping grey water, pumping municipal water, all of the above. High wall, team high wall.
What is the
सोच रहे
answer?
हैं टीम हाई वॉल अब बदल दबाने के बाद। ऑप्शन डी, ऑल ऑफ द अबव। क्या सही है ये लोग?
Yes.
हाई वॉल टीम। ओके, लेट्स सी व्हाट इज द करेक्ट आंसर। ऑल ऑफ द अबव इज द राइट आंसर। एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए हाई वॉल के लिए। ऑलराइट,
So next question is.
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पर जाने से पहले एक बार ऑडियंस से पूछ लेते हैं।
एक ऑडियंस से पूछना है?
Yes,
चलो।
आप जाइए पूछिए।
Yes, I should ask one question. So which type of indoor unit normally does not have drain pump? Option A, one-way cassette. Option 2, slim ductable. Option 3, high wall. Option 4, floor mounting. So, इकडे नाही.
ग्रीन शर्ट कौन है?
आपने पहले आंसर दिया.
यहाँ पे ग्रुपिंग चल रही है. यहाँ पे पहले सर ने
नहीं दिया.
बताया, वहाँ पे बताया.
What is your full name? Rohit, what is the answer? High wall. क्या बात है रोहित?
एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो
Are you
जाए.
Ishre member? Are you Ishre member? Yes. So, Anuj, I got one person. He is a Ishre member.
मैं को भी अभी मिले थे इश्रे मेंबर. All right. Great. Super. अच्छा, एक और ऑडियंस के लिए क्वेश्चन है, सिंपल सा. मैं पूछता हूँ, वो पूछ. आज हम लोग सब इशरे का ये वी आर टेक्नोमीट सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं. किसी को पता है इन विच ईयर इशरे वाज स्टार्टेड? आपको इसके ऑप्शन नहीं मिलेंगे. यू जस्ट आंसर इन विच ईयर इशरे वाज स्टार्टेड. ऑप्शन ही नहीं है तो मतलब कोई बता ही नहीं रहा है. ठीक है, मैं ऑप्शन देता हूं. ओके, 1979, 1983, 1981, 1987. बताइए, जो मेंबर है वो तो उनको पता होगा, जो नॉन मेंबर है वो बताइए. इन विच ईयर इशरे वाज स्टार्टेड?
मेंबर को भी नहीं पता है. उन्होंने ऑलरेडी आंसर दिया है.
कोई नहीं पता. कितने साल हो गए इशरे को? सर आप बताइए सर. 1981. क्या नाम है सर आपका? स्वप्निल. ओके, एक बार स्वप्निल जी के जोरदार ताली हो जाए फ्रॉम महिंद्रा. राइट, सुपर. तो 1981 है, आज 2023 चल रहा है. तो आप कितने साल हो गए इशरे को? किसी को नहीं पता. 42, मोर देन 42 years now. Okay, the next question for the participant team is coming. एक बार स्क्रीन लगा दिया जाए. The questions, yeah.
The next question is what are the CO2 monitoring location? First, at 5 feet above the floor level. Second, at 2 feet above the floor level. Third, at 7 feet above the floor level. And fourth, at 3 feet above the floor level. Now, please press the button. Nobody is pressing.
प्रेस कर दिया है. अभी किसी का प्रेस नहीं हुआ है. प्रेस नहीं हो रहा है टीम 2A का. भैया टीम 2A का प्रेस नहीं हो रहा है.
2A, please answer.
टीम 2A प्रेस नहीं हो रहा है, उन्होंने प्रेस किया.
हाँ, ऑप्शन A. राइट है ऑडियंस? Wrong.
Option A.
Answer is, please.
Answer is
A.
5 feet above the floor level.
For two-way. हाँ, right है.
Correct
so
है,
2A
correct
is
है.
right. Plus 100.
टीम 2A का बजर काम नहीं करा.
2A का plus 100 points.
ओके, अब लास्ट क्वेश्चन आ रहा है. ठीक है, अभी स्कोर बता देगा कोई? हाई वॉल 200. मुकाबला आ गया है. टीम हाई वॉल 200, टीम वन वे 200 एंड टीम 2 वे 100. आप तो लीग से बाहर हो गए. थोड़ा दुख हो रहा है मुझे. एक लास्ट क्वेश्चन है. आप दोनों में कौन बताएगा कि आपको बजर दबा के देखना है, और आप बताते हैं तो टाई हो जाएगा 3 में. फिर एक और क्वेश्चन पूछा जाएगा. द क्वेश्चन इज, लास्ट क्वेश्चन इज कमिंग ऑन योर स्क्रीन. शो कर दिया जाए. Okay. What is the acceptable minimum efficiency reporting value for air filtration media to minimize and control pollutant entry into buildings? MERV 13 or higher, MERV 8 or higher, MERV 1, MERV 5. बता दबाए. गया बजर? तो बजर दबाई नहीं किसी का? टीम हाई बॉल, टीम हाई बॉल, ये आपका सही अगर हुआ तो आप विनर हो जाएंगे। बताइए क्या आंसर है? ऑप्शन बी मर्व 8 और हायर। क्या लगता है सही है ये?
ऑडियंस क्या लग रहा है?
गलत है। ऑडियंस गलत बोल रही है। ऑडियंस सच में गलत है। आंसर इज टीम ऑप्शन ए मर्व 13 और हायर। तो मर्व 13 और हायर, तो इससे हमें लगता है टीम वन वे इज द विनर। एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए टीम वन वे के लिए।
So,
Right.
your name please? Mr. Deepak.
एक बार माइक
आप बोलिए अपना नाम।
दीपक।
अमर।
So, Mr. Deepak and Mr. Aman, congratulations.
जैसा कि मेरे को स्कोर बोर्ड से पता चल रहा है, दो टीमों में टाई हो गया है अभी। तो एक विनर तो है हमारे पास, रनर अप नहीं है हमारे पास। तो हमें सिर्फ वो दो टीम पार्टिसिपेट करेंगी इस क्वेश्चन में, राइट? तो टीम टू वे, टीम हाई बॉल फॉर द रनर अप पोजीशन। आपकी स्क्रीन पे क्वेश्चन शायद नहीं आएगा, मैं बोलूंगा, ठीक है? तो आपको मेरे को सुनना है, जिसका बजर दबेगा वो रहेगा। ओके, द क्वेश्चन इज which type indoor units normally doesn't have drain pump? Option 1
हो गया
okay, all right.
Audience question सारे finish है. So you ask some other question.
Okay, I am asking, अभी हम VRV की बात कर रहे हैं. Let's see the question. VRV air conditioning system was introduced in the year of 1980, 1982, 1984, 1986. टीम हाई बॉल, टीम टू वे। इसमें नहीं आएगा क्वेश्चन, मैं आपको क्वेश्चन दोबारा रिपीट कर देता हूं। VRV air conditioning system was introduced in which year? 1980, 1982, 1984, 1986. Yes, 1982 सही है क्या ये लोग? 1982 टीम, ऑडियंस बोल रही है 1982 और कंप्यूटर बोल रहा है हमारा, मोबाइल बोल रहा है 1982। टीम हाई बॉल, यू आर द विनर, द रनर अप।
So you are a
एक बार
runner up.
जोरदार तालियां हो जाए टीम हाई बॉल के लिए भी।
Congratulations. Tell me your name. Ganesh and
Omkar.
Ganesh and Omkar. Congratulations for runner up position. So please stand up and come. So thank you for your participation, 4-way and 2-way.
एक बार ग्रुप फोटो, आई थिंक ग्रुप फोटो एक बार। ऑल द 4 teams have a group photo, then the winner and the runner up.
Slightly. So can we have winner and runner on stage, please? So we'll have another photo.
Now I request Mr. Ganesh Mose from Mitsubishi Electric to felicitate our the winner team and the runner-up team. Mr. Ganesh, please come on the stage. I request Mr. Ganesh, wherever you are, please come on the stage.
Mr. Ganesh
Mitsubishi
from
Electric.
Mitsubishi.
Okay, So Mr. Ganesh is here. Sir, please come on the stage and felicitate our team who are the winner and the runner-up for this contest.
First, felicitate our winner.
एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए विनर के लिए. And we have a sir, please here our runner-up team High Wall, please come on the stage. All right, thank you so much, sir. So you can take your seat.
So now it is time to call our next society partner, Testo India Private Limited. I want to call Mr. Aritra Das.
Mr. Aritra is the product manager at Testo India Private Limited. एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए. Can we have a big round of applause for Mr. Aritra? You can change the screen. आपने अपना Okay, good evening everyone. So before I start this presentation, so this presentation will be more of a product specific, but that is not the objective here. Because we are having people from the design here, we are having people from the contractors here, HVAC contractors, we are people from having the consultants here. We know that our main objective is to maximize the efficiency of the system, right? But we cannot do it alone. That is where ISHRE provides the platform to meet all these people, sharing their knowledge. So a big clap to ISHRE for meeting these goals and attaining our ultimate objective.
From the transportation of refrigerated and temperature-sensitive foods, to the production and logistics of pharmaceuticals, up to the reduction of CO2 emissions, measuring instruments and solutions from Testo provide security. Because only precise monitoring and measurements give you the certainty of complying with legal regulations and guidelines. This is how we at Testo contribute to increasing the quality of products and services, protecting human health and the environment, and conserving resources. To this end, over 3,000 employees worldwide develop high-precision measuring instruments and innovative solutions for digital data management for over 1 million customers. We combine the size, success, and stability of an owner-managed, medium-sized company with agility to take an active role in shaping the digital transformation and the Internet of Things. For more than 60 years, we have stood for high tech from the Black Forest. We are German Mittelstand and are among the country's top 100 innovators. We are market leader with over 300 million euros annual revenue, and we are growing dynamically. To make sure it stays that way, we reinvest 10% of our revenue in research and development year for year. for ultra-modern high-tech sensors, for example, or smart cloud-based software which collects billions of quality data and processes them as a basis for decision-making. High-tech innovation is important to us. Even more important are the people who work on behalf of Testo. With 100% passion, we call it the Testo spirit. They benefit from having the creative space to make decisions and develop new ideas. Efficient processes ensure fast and successful implementation. Testo spirit also means a high level of appreciation, loyalty, and readiness to help, and a warm, almost family-like atmosphere. We place great value on the development of our employees, on a professional and personal level. That's why we invest heavily in national and international development programs, including in the collaboration with our more than 30 local subsidiaries. So, if you would also like to contribute to ensuring the quality of foods and pharmaceuticals, protecting human health and the environment, or conserving resources, let's do it together. Because these are objectives that motivate us all. Join us so we can grow together.
Now we know that our job contains different stages. The stages of maintenance we call it. So the first is the gas tightness, where we basically check that if my system is having any leakage or not. Right? Now while we are ensuring that my system is leakage free, after that what we do that we are ensuring that my system is, we will do the installation or commissioning of the overall system, and I'll check whether my system is okay or not. And the last part is the periodic maintenance, where I'll periodically check the health of my system. I'll check the necessary parameters, and these are the stages of maintenance we call it. So we will directly come to the solutions part, and I will go sequentially from tightness to the periodic maintenance. What are the solutions Testo is providing? So for the tightness check, we are having two models, 316-3 and 316-4. So 316-3 is basically for all the common type of refrigerants like CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, hydrofluorocarbon, or HCFC type of refrigerants. It can detect all these refrigerants with a sensitivity of 3 gram per year with the lowest sensitivity. So it can almost detect the micro leakages as well in the system. Whether the 316-4 is having an additional benefit that some of the utilities who are having the ammonia leak detection application, so for them 316-4 is beneficial. So 316-4 is basically a combo type of product where refrigeration and ammonia both leak detection is possible. Next we are having the evacuation. So for the evacuation we are having different types of products like the Testo 552, which is having the local display where you can generally understand that what is the residual pressure of your system after the vacuum pump is on. And generally we know that the industry standard is 500 micron attaining the vacuum, right? So after that we can feel the refrigerants. So we are having two types of solutions. One is with the local display and one is with the smart probe, that is the 552i, where you can connect the 552i in our Android device and you can create the report also with that on the editable format as well as non-editable format, both in Excel and PDF. So that is the benefit of 552i as a smart probe, though it is not having the local display, but you can attain the vacuum and create the report and share it with the concerned persons. So once I am ensuring that my system is leakage free and my system is evacuated properly, then my next stage is the filling, where I will charge my system with the refrigerant. But one thing I need to understand here, that basically whenever we are doing the manual charging, the problem is that either I will do the undercharging or the overcharging. So both of these are not good for my system as an utility. I need to do the precise charging, because we know that refrigerant is costly nowadays and we don't need to undercharge or overcharge it, right? So the automatic precise charging in my system that can be attained with the Testo 560i that you can see here, the digital refrigerant scale along with the intelligent valve we are giving it. So what is the function of the intelligent valve is, for example, if you want to charge 500 grams of refrigerant in your system, after 500 grams of charging, automatically my system will shut down. The intelligent valve will shut down. In that way, you can do the precise charging, so the time and the cost both will be beneficial from the end customer or the utility purpose. And not to mention this, all of these like the 560i, the intelligent bulb, all these are having the Bluetooth features. So you can connect it in the Testo Smart app and you can create the report and you can share it with the concerned persons, or you can save it for the future references. Next, we are having the digital manifolds where we can understand the different parameters during the maintenance part. So basically what we are understanding that what is the pressure at the low pressure or high pressure side, or you can say the evaporator side or the condensing side, and what is the temperature, that is the superheating and subcooling temperature. That is what we are measuring with the digital manifolds. Now the main difference is that the entry level Testo 549 can give all these parameters, but the added benefit of Testo 570, that is the pro level digital manifold, is it is having a dedicated vacuum probe which is having a large dia for the faster evacuation, and it is also having the memory for the continuous measurement. So it can save all those datas in the Testo 570. Next, we are having the smart digital manifolds where we are having total 3 models. The 550S, which can do all the basic operations with the necessary parameters it can measure. We are having the 557S, where we are giving the additional vacuum probe here for the evacuation purpose. And we are also having the 570S, that is the top model here, which will not only give you all the features of the 557S, but additionally it can give you the load side, what is the load side at the compressor with the help of clamp meter. Okay, last but not the least, Testo has launched a new combo offer. So we are having 2 offers here. Both of them are containing one common product, that is the thermal imaging camera. So the first is the Testo 868 thermal camera with the non-contact voltage tester we are having, which you are getting at 1.25 lakhs. And the next offer is the Testo 872, again a very important tool for the electrical panel inspection or the building inspection. Along with that, we are giving the Testo 7703 in 2.6 lakhs. So basically, if you are comparing this with the standard prices, we are giving almost 30 to 35% discount. So I would really like to understand from you people, whenever you are visiting our stall, that how do you feel about this offer? Okay? Yes. Yeah. Vimal sir, if you can take. Fine. Okay. Thank you. So thank you once again. So this is where my presentation ends, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Aritra Das ji. That was a very enlightening session from the Testo India. So please come on the stage, Aritra ji. Mr. Das, please come on the stage, and to felicitate him, I request Mr. Subhash sir, please to felicitate Mr. Aritra Das. Can we have a big round of applause? And I request all the people who are the back, please take your seats. We are having just 5 more minutes. We will take 5 more minutes, and the bar and the dinner will be open. एक बार जोरदार ताली हो जाए टेस्टो इंडिया प्राइवेट लिमिटेड के लिए. All right. So next we have our video presentation. Where the yeah. All right, sir. No problem. So right, Ketan sir, please come on the stage. You want to invite the renewal? Sir, आप बोलेंगे? Yeah.
ये 3 लोग हैं। आज 3 लोगों ने रिन्यूअल किया है। मैं उन तीनों लोगों को बुलाना चाहूंगा। मिस्टर दिनेश माने,
Mr. Dinesh Mane, please come on the stage. If you are here, please come on the stage. एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए. He just renewed his membership.
मिस्टर प्रमोद घोंगड़ी, मिस्टर प्रमोद घोंगड़ी, मिस्टर हिम्मतराव बेलोशे.
Sir, please come on the stage.
Come on the stage. Thank you. Yeah, please.
तो एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए. I think everyone is here. All right, perfect. तो ऐसे ही अगर किसी की मेंबरशिप एक्सपायर हो गई हो, प्लीज रिन्यू योर मेंबरशिप टुडे. If your ISHRE membership has been expired, please renew. और जो मेंबर है, और वी हैव अ वन व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप. हमारा एक व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप है फॉर ऑल द ISHRE मेंबर्स ऑफ पुणे चैप्टर. इफ यू आर नॉट अ पार्ट ऑफ दैट व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप, you can connect me or other team members of our team, so we can add you in that WhatsApp group, and so you will get the regular updates. Now we have the last presentation, or it's a kind of video presentation from the Mr. Ketan Panchal from Hariom Metal and Metal Tubes and Copper Piping. Yes sir, Ketan sir, I think the video is here.
हरिओम मेटल एंड ट्यूब ने मेक इन इंडिया की तरफ आरंभ किया है, तो आइए हम सब मिलकर हमारे इस कंपनी का साथ देकर भारत की प्रगतिशीलता में सहयोग दें, जिससे हमारे देश की प्रगति हो और हम सबका विकास हो। वेलकम टू हरिओम मेटल एंड ट्यूब्स।
Yes sir, you can start video. Okay, play.
An ISO 9001-2015 certified company, copper tubes, wires and cables manufacturer, located at Umargaon GIDC, Gujarat. We believe in teamwork, integrity, quality service, excellence, innovation, honesty, values, trust, which leads us to the consistent success and growth. Under the strong leadership of Mr. Kalpesh Jain, company is achieving new highs of success. Hariom Metals and Tubes is one of the leading manufacturer and supplier of ACR, DHP grade copper tube, VRB, VRF copper tubes, flexible wires and cables, insulated copper tubes kit, copper fittings, metal gas, medical gas distribution and plumbing copper tubes. We are supplying tubes according to the client's specification, meeting international standards including ASTM, JIS, BSEN and IS codes. Our strengths are total commitment towards maintaining and fulfilling stringent quality standards, highly innovative, extremely competitive pricing, and shortest lead times, which gives us all confidence in putting up a request for getting associated with your esteemed organization as one of the approved.
आज का ये सेशन
confidence in putting up a request.
स्लाइड VRF slide.
Extremely competitive pricing and shortest lead times, which gives us all confidence in putting up a request for getting associated.
स्पेशली आज का जो VRF के लिए हम कॉपर पाइप के लिए जो प्रोडक्ट की ट्रेसेबिलिटी देते हैं, जो इस तरह से हम प्रोडक्ट को हरिओम मेटल ट्यूब्स को इस तरह से दोनों तरफ एंड पे होलोग्राम पुट ऑन करते हैं, पाइप्स के अंदर कंपनी का नाम एंड साइज थिकनेस वगैरह लिखते हैं। इसके अलावा रेड कलर का बॉक्स का पैकिंग्स वगैरह होता है। एंड कैप्स वगैरह जो है वो हमारे एम्बोज वाली होती हैं। इसके अलावा हम VRF के लिए स्पेशली प्ले
with your esteemed organization as one of the approved supplier of copper tubes for VRF systems, capillary tube.
स्पेशली टेस्टिंग फैसिलिटीज़ जो हमारे पास इन हाउस फैसिलिटीज़ अवेलेबल है उसको VRF के लिए
and fittings.
ये टेंसाइल मशीन्स है जो VRF के लिए हम स्पेशली टेस्ट करते हैं इन हाउस। दिस इज वन हार्डनेस टेस्टिंग जो कॉपर पाइप की हार्डनेस टेस्ट करने के लिए इन हाउस टेस्टिंग फैसिलिटीज करते हैं। अगेन एडी करंट टेस्टिंग मशीन्स, ईच एंड एवरी ट्यूब एडी करंट टेस्टिंग मशीन्स होते हैं स्पेशली VRF के लिए। और सबसे अहम जो कॉपर पाइप का प्रेशर टेस्ट जो होता है, जो 1000 PSI तक हम इसको टेस्ट करते हैं। मेन कॉपर पाइपिंग के लिए 1000 PSI प्रेशर टेस्टिंग हम करते हैं इन हाउस में। दैट्स इट। ये स्पेशली फॉर द VRF प्रोडक्ट के लिए हम करते हैं।
Our commitment towards quality has earned us the recognition as one of the most reliable manufacturer and suppliers of copper tubes for VRF system, capillary tubes and fittings in India.
And thank you very much ISRE, स्पेशली ISRE टीम को जो पूना चैप्टर हर साल इस तरह का इवेंट हमें मौका देते हैं अपने प्रोडक्ट को प्रेजेंटेशंस देने का, और लोगों को माध्यम से हमें ये पता चलता है कि किस तरह के ISRE इवेंट्स में हमें टेक्निकली नॉलेज हमें मिलता है वो, और हमारा प्रोडक्ट जो पैन इंडिया लेवल पर पहुंचाता है। ये काम ISRE पुणे चैप्टर की टीम पास्ट, स्पेशली मैं कहूँगा वीरेंद्र सर, स्पेशली कहूँगा दीपक वानी सर, स्पेशली कहूँगा नंद किशोर मातोड़े सर, एंड करंट प्रेसिडेंट्स आशुतोष, आई थिंक नंद किशोर सर आशापुरी से, राइट। तो ये जो इवेंट है हमारे लिए बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलता है, और मैं आज एक प्रॉमिस करूँगा कि जब तक है जहाँ तब तक पूना चैप्टर से कभी भी मैं हाथ नहीं हटाऊंगा। ये मेरा प्रॉमिस है। जिस दिन मैं ना बोलूँगा उस दिन आप किसी और को ले सकते हैं, लेकिन मेरी ना कभी नहीं होगी आपके लिए। थैंक यू वेरी मच। और टीम के लिए सिंपल मैम, अनुज एंड टेक्निकल टीम के लिए थैंक यू वेरी मच। जय हिंद।
Thank you, sir. Please come on the stage, and I request our IPP, Mr. Virendra Boradji, to felicitate him. Can we have a big round of applause for metal tubes and piping? next we have a one special felicitation because we have a one person from outside our city, Mr. Sagar Munishwar sir. Please come on the stage, and to felicitate him, I request Mr. Shamkant Virashi sir, please felicitate our Mr. Sagar. एक बार जोरदार ताली हो जाए सागर जी के लिए. Sir, Mr. Sagar is the immediate past president of ISHRE Thane chapter.
Anuj?
Yes.
I am not from outside the city. माझी जन्मभूमी ठाणा आहे, पण माझी कर्मभूमी पुणे आहे. So I am from this city. Okay.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. Membership up. Thank you so much, sir. So now I move forward for the vote of thanks and invite Mr. Chetan Thakur. But before that, I would like to ask all the people to stand up and we will take a one selfie. Okay, because this is the one we do. So I request Simple ji, please come on the stage. And I request camera, if you can take photo from here. I'll take selfie from here. Yes, sir. Sir, selfie.
Yeah, please.
Sir, आइए आप भी आ जाइए. All right, so everyone is coming. सब लोग आ गए? आ रहे सब आ रहे. सर चेतन सर. ठीक है सर, हो गया. So one more thing I missed. Mr. Amit Gulwade sir, please come on the stage because without him this event was not successful. Amit sir, please come on the stage. एक बार जोरदार ताली हो जाए अमित सर के लिए. नहीं सर, आप आइए सर. So he is the convener. All right, so we have so Amit sir, please be here, and I request Mukund sir to felicitate Mr. Amit Gulwade ji. Right, so we have Miss Hetal Shah here. Miss Hetal Shah, who is the hospitality partner for this Hotel Tip Top International. Is she here? Okay, all right.
So good evening. So I have very interesting announcement now. So I can see there are, in this crowd, I can see few females are there. So in ISHRE we have different wings called ISHRE Women Wing. So we are organizing a big program, Shakti, in 27th of October. This is organized by women in ISHRE, but I request all the sponsors and all the supporting partner to be part of this event. This will be a mega event and this will be organized by West Zone. So all Gujarat, Mumbai, Pune and MP team will be there. So it's a great opportunity to be part of this event and the date is 27th October. So book your date and be available. We will soon publish our flyer for this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Simple. The thing is, which I would one more thing announcement. The quiz participants, like who were there, the 4 team members, 4 teams. Please collect your certificates for Mr. Amit Gulwade and all the student volunteers who supported us for this program. Please collect your certificates for Mr. Amit. So now I request Mr. Chetan Thakur, who is a treasurer for ISHRE Pune chapter, for the vote of thanks. Chetan sir, over to you.
Hello, good evening everybody. Now I will not take much of time. On behalf of IPC, I like to thank everybody who is present here for this event, VRF Technomeet 2023. I especially like to thank RSK sir, RP Paranspe sir, Suhas Deshpande sir, Surange sir, and Mukund Ranade sir for being here and blessing us. I would like to also thank to Mr. Prashant Desai for testing us. And thank you very much Mitsubishi for today's event sponsorship. I also like to take this opportunity to thank our all society year partners which supporting us continuously. Thank you very much. Now the bar is open. Thank you once again.
I request all the CWC members, please come on the stage. All the CWC of ISHRE Pune chapter. We will have a group photo.
एक मिनट